churl, silly Billy Hilly churl. Woo!
I'm sure the Kamisato clan will be fine.
Haven't seen Toma in a while. Who knows what that guy's working on these days?
Probably something of the utmost importance, as ever. Taking guests out for lavish meals, cleaning up around the house, the usual.
We have people like that to thank for the decline of the samurai spirit in this day and age. If you're just gonna schmooze your way through every problem in life, you might as well put your blade on the scrap heap. It's like everything. Use it or lose it. Also, I heard he's Mondstadt born and bred. Just saying.
Oh, well, no wonder. What do you think Miss Kamisato even sees in that guy?
Sorry, haven't slept too well the last couple of days, on account of all this rain we've been having. Wait, what are you all doing here? Has something happened?
We were just having a little chat on our break. It's time we were going. There's still lots to do. We're busy people, Toma. You do well to grow a sense of urgency, too.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. I'll think about that when my vacation's over. Sorry I'm a little late. Something came up. Yep, I sure did. No big deal, though. People like to criticize those who don't fit in. It's the same everywhere. If a little private gossiping helps them let off some steam, well, good for them. It does no harm to the Kamisato clan. Wouldn't you agree? Oh? I'm touched that that's how you see the situation. I don't think we need to go down that route, though. In any case, as a housekeeper, it's hardly my place to get all high and mighty with other staff in the Yashiro Commission. But you're my guest and I live to serve. So if you have any other thoughts on the matter, please do share them with me. I'm willing to give anything you suggest a shot, as long as it's a serious suggestion, of course. I'll be waiting for you right here. Just come and find me if you need anything.
Toodaloo.
So, do you have...
Put up some flowers for the young lady. Go! How will the Sakoku decree affect that?
I'm sure the Kamisato clan will...
You're asking me what I think Toma could do better? He's busy enough as it is, don't you think? I barely see him around here at the commission. And when I do, more often than not, he's busy with the housework. I think he should carry on doing what he's doing. Everyone's got their own way of living, and Toma's no different.
Huh? Oh, this is going to be a problem. Oh, you're Miss Kamisato's friend, aren't you? Basically, something downright awful's happened, and we're discussing what on earth we should do about it. In preparation for the festival next month, we procured some very precious ceremonial implements from another island. But as luck would have it, our ship got hit by strong winds out at sea. The entire shipment is now sitting at the bottom of the ocean. Well, certainly there's no time to go all the way back out there and buy another batch. Our only option is a gentleman based on Narukami Island by the name of Yusaku. But he's a shrewd one. He caught on to the fact that we needed the goods urgently and raised prices sky high. Clearly he wants to take us for every mora we're worth. It's a real dilemma. We've tried, but he just won't budge. It doesn't help that he has something of a feud with the Yashiro Commission. He once sold us some ceremonial implements of exceptionally poor quality. We returned the items and exposed his malpractice in the process. He's resented us ever since. Now that he actually has the chance to get back at us, there's no way he'll back down. The Yashiro Commission doesn't have any direct authority over merchants. We could file a formal complaint, but the process is long and drawn out, and the festival is drawing nearer every day. Kazumasa and Furusawa have marched off to see him, but I don't know whether they'll be able to resolve it. I really hope the festival goes smoothly.
Oh, that whole situation, huh? I heard a thing or two about it. I was planning on finding some time to sort it out after entertaining you. It's hard to say for sure. I'd need to talk with the guy first. Since this has piqued your interest, how about we head over there together? Still, the original plan here was to focus on your enjoyment, not rope you into the trials and tribulations of the Yashiro Commission. Oh, you think so? Well, in that case, I guess I'd better look alive. Well, if that is what you really want, I'd better give this my best shot.
Your asking price just isn't realistic. Hey, what point are you trying to make here, huh?
If the festival gets delayed, don't say we didn't warn you.
Help! I'm being attacked by Yashiro Samurai!
What? Hey, cut that out!
You little... Take it easy, would you? Look, we're not going to harm you, all right?
The Yashiro Commission is forcing me to sell against my will! Doshin! I need a Doshin!
Looks like there's no negotiation to be had here. Come on, let's get out of here.
Wait up.
Is that all they got? Amateurs. The nerve. Oh, hello. You were...
Hello again.
Wait, I know you! Well, if it isn't the Yashiro Commission's errand boy, Toma. Do you know how long the Tenryo Commission locked me up for? And all thanks to you, going on about my goods being cheap fakes.
You almost make it sound like I planted something and framed you. Those goods were defective, you know that, right?
Ugh, you're so pedantic. Think how many festivals there are in a given year. Now, take candles, for example. Do you have any idea how many they go through? I could switch half of them out for duds without a single person noticing, and make a small fortune in the process. I was happily providing you with some much-needed supplies. Not only were you ungrateful, you had the audacity to report me. Well, now the tables have finally turned, and you're begging for my help. Can you really blame me for charging a little extra? Look, I found out what happened. The Commission's shipment ran into a storm and is now lying at the bottom of the ocean. The festival's right around the corner, so postponing it isn't an option. Right now, I'm the only one selling what you need. If the festival goes pear-shaped and Guji-ai or the almighty Shogun hears about it, they are not going to be happy. And then you'll have a real problem on your hands. So you might want to consider your position here.
Oh, come on, boss. This is all a little heartless. Besides, aside from the Yashiro Commission, no one else buys ceremonial items. Surely resolving this dispute swiftly is in your interest, too.
Don't give me that! The fact is, you're desperate to buy, and I ain't desperate to sell. The batch I have here can go to waste for all I care. It'd be no great loss.
Looks like we can't come to an agreement, then.
Well, I'm glad it's dawning on you. You can either pay up or look like a bunch of idiots when the festival comes around. Your choice. Time's precious, and I've given you a fair slice of mine today. When you're ready to pay, I'll be ready to talk.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that he doesn't intend to discuss this any further. I guess his time in the police station didn't make for happy memories. No need. I can't say I think much of the way Yusaku was acting, but ultimately, the issue here lies with the Yashiro Commission. We were the ones who lost the goods, so the responsibility is on us to find a solution. Otherwise, even if we write this out, the Yashiro Commission's reputation will take a huge hit. Let's go. There are a few people I want to introduce you to.
Ah, if it isn't Toma. I must say I'm surprised to see you. Last I heard, you were in Rito. Then you just vanished into thin air. Who's the new face?
A friend.
Friend? What, line of work is this young lady in, then?
They're not a connection, if that's what you're thinking. Just a regular friend. No vested interest here. I originally wanted to take her out for some downtime, but we've ended up mired in commission-related complications.
Okay, I see. My mistake. So, what's the situation today, then? I only ever see you when you need something.
Well, I remember the last time we spoke, you were grumbling about a lack of iron ore. Have you made any progress on that front?
Why? You got any supplier recommendations? You're a little out of the loop, my friend. We increased our bid price a while back. Soon after, we found plenty of sellers were pulling out all the stops to import stock from wherever they could get a hold of it. I heard some people were so eager to get in on the action that they even took out loans to get ahead of the competition. If you were hoping to enter the bidding now, I'm afraid you're a little late to the party.
Sounds like now you have the opposite problem. More iron ore than you know what to do with.
That's right. We're going to have to select a few sellers from the pool. There are certain candidates under consideration already, but we're still on the fence.
I see. Well, would you mind if I gave you a couple of tips? As it happens, I'd noticed that shipments of iron ore had recently picked up. I looked into it a little and managed to get a sense of which sellers had the quality stock, which offered competitive prices, and so on.
Huh, you don't say. All right then. Here's the list of sellers. Give me your thoughts.
These two are veterans of the business. Regular sales, quality stock, but their price is a little steep. I think you could talk them down, though. I'd say to around 80% of what they've quoted you. This one sprung up out of nowhere recently in retail. Their approach is high volume, small profit margins. The quality's not too bad, but there's always a few duds, so you'd need to inspect the goods thoroughly upon receipt. This one grabbed a loan and leapt straight onto the bandwagon. In their haste, I fear they may have ended up with the mixed bag as far as quality is concerned. Given that their price isn't particularly competitive either, I wouldn't consider them if I were you.
Wait, I know this name. Yes. I believe we're on the same page here.
To be completely upfront, this is really quite important to me, so your help in this regard would be greatly appreciated.
Don't mention it. It's no skin off my back. There is something I hope you could do for me in return, though. Recently, several of our deliveries of iron ore have been getting stolen. Is there anything you can do to help? It's the worst on the road between Konda Village and Inazuma City. Something always seems to happen along that stretch.
No problem. We'll be back before you know it. I guess you have a few questions. I'll explain everything later, but it looks like we'll need to get to work pretty soon.
By royal decree!
Man, this hurts. Those monsters came out of nowhere. Thank you both for your help.
Hi there. Yasutake commissioned us to come and assist with the delivery.
Wonderful. So do I owe you anything for this?
Nope, this is between us and Yasutake. He's the one you should be thanking, if anyone. All right, let's do this.
Go, Barbara, go!
You can't run!
Yeah.
Judgment!
Let the show begin.
Oz, reveal thyself! I summon thee!
Careful. There could be more monsters to come.
By royal decree! Jaw's over! You can't run! Punishment! I summon thee!
Go!
Almost there now. One final push.
You can't run! On, reveal thyself! Let's dance! Higher, higher, hands on fire! No! Come on, we can do it! Hey, huh. Yeah!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
All right. I think we could leave the goods here.
Many thanks. There were so many monsters I didn't even see where they came from. It was a dicey situation.
The route should be safe from here on out.
Sure thing. Again, my thanks to both of you.
All in a day's work. No more, good sir. Your goods have been safely delivered.
Good to know. As for the issue you needed my help with, I have someone on the case. You can expect a resolution very shortly. You always seem to be cleaning up for other people behind the scenes. It must keep you pretty busy. Seems to eat up all your personal time, too. Speaking of, I'm going to need your help again in a few days' time. There's a meeting coming up, and several trade associations will be fighting tooth and...
Ah, that rings a bell. Not a problem.
Oh, one other thing. I heard Sakai gave our guy a loan a while back. Just thought you might be interested to know.
Huh, is that so? It sounds like I should go talk to him then. Thanks again for all your help.
Think nothing of it. Goodbye for now.
Okay, this problem is halfway solved. That was the quartermaster of the Tenryo Commission. He's in charge of all of their procurement, and also responsible for keeping their weapon supplies intact. Making weapons involves purchasing raw materials, so he's the key decision maker in all the related... The iron ore trade is actually what I was discussing with him just now. On the surface, not a whole lot, I'll admit, but you'll see very shortly. But before that, time to go visit another old friend of mine.
Ah, Toma, you too? Yasutake sent someone over already, but I'm telling you, Toma, I just don't know if it's feasible.
Really? Why? Is there a problem?
You betcha. The guy owes me Mora, for sure, but there's a long repayment period on that loan. If I go hounding him for Mora now, that makes me the bad guy.
But as I recall, the only reason he was entitled to such a long period was because at the outset, he had a business relationship with the Yashiro Commission. So, if we sever ties with him, surely he'd have to pay you back right away.
In principle, that's how it works, but I'd still be the one who has to take all the flack. I'm just a small timer, you know? People like me need stability and security, not to go rocking the boat.
Come on now, let's work something out. Weren't you after some Noctilucous Jade last time we spoke? We can put our heads together and get a hold of some for you.
Well, Noctilucous Jade would be good for starters, but...
For starters, I'd say that's plenty for now. You don't want to go biting off more than you can chew, right?
You... Okay, fine. If you bring me some Noctilucous Jade, I'll get my hands dirty for you.
Great. Alright, let's go and find Okay, is this enough?
Plenty. Leave the rest to me. I promise you'll be satisfied customers. You know, Toma, you haven't changed one bit. Same mindset, same style of working. I sure hope the two of us never get into a conflict. Fingers crossed our cooperation will stay happy and healthy for a long time to come.
Don't you worry. Unless you've got plans to cause trouble for the Yashiro Commission, the future looks bright for all our future dealings.
That's good to hear. Okay, I'll be seeing you folks.
Don't worry. People whose attention is always focused on other people's weaknesses tend to expose their own weaknesses pretty easily. Let's head back to the Yashiro Commission headquarters.
What do we do now?
We could try asking him nicely. Maybe he'd have a change of heart.
I highly doubt that would work. Then again, since we don't have any other options, we might as well give it a try.
But the samurai spirit...
We serve the head of the clan. If the clan is in trouble, we must bear whatever humiliation comes our way to resolve the situation.
Is anyone...
Huh? What's he doing here?
He must be here to make fun of us.
There's nothing we can do about it. I apologize.
I apologize.
Huh?
I apologize. Forgive me. I'll sell to you at the original price. No, what am I saying? Make that half price.
What's going on here?
Toma? Toma, are you here? I was completely in the wrong. However much you need, I'll sell it to you. I've got a warehouse full of stock, too. If you need more, please, you'll have everything you could need.
And without any duds this time, I assume?
None whatsoever. I'll stake my whole reputation on it. No fakes, no defects. I give you my word. Please, this is my whole livelihood. Don't cut me off.
Since you've promised not to sneak in any fakes this time around, go ahead with the shipment. Once we've inspected the goods, and if all's in order, I'm sure whatever problems you're presently facing will quickly disappear.
Okay, I'll deliver the goods right away.
You see what I mean? Getting things settled as soon as possible is in everyone's best interest. All right, with that taken care of, let's get out of here.
Why was he apologizing to Toma?
What's going on here? Hey, Toma! That's strange. Where'd he go? He was right here a second ago.
Okay, the floors are done. Next, I need to dust down the railings. I only took one day off, but look how much dust has gathered. This is what I mean when I say cleaning is a daily chore. You remember what he said, don't you? His goods could go unsold and it wouldn't bother him. So, the solution in this case was to cut off his main line of business and make him really feel the heat. The Yashiro Commission doesn't have the authority to meddle in the business world, but as it happened, I knew a few of his major customers, so I sorted it out privately. When he realized he couldn't shift his product, had no source of revenue, and wouldn't be able to pay off his loan, he suddenly felt the pressure. Then I just had to make sure he caught wind of what the cause of his problems was, so he'd seek us out to make an apology. It's no big deal. I've dealt with plenty of situations like this in the past. I know you'd like people to look up to me more, but it doesn't bother me all that much. I'm just the housekeeper of the Kamisato clan. Reputation isn't all that important to me. On the contrary, having too good of a reputation can be restrictive. You feel indignant for my sake when you hear people spreading gossip about me, don't you? That says that in your mind, I'm not the kind of person they say I am. For me, that's enough. All I need is for the people I'm close with to know the real me. Thanks for your help in averting a potential crisis for the Yashiro Commission. I owe you one. I'll have to entertain you again sometime. Plus I didn't get very far with entertaining you this time around, so I guess I owe the both of you.
the Shrine Maiden often struggles to find me. Huh? My tail was sticking out? I must have been too nervous and failed to fully utilize my ninjutsu technique. So, what do you need? Well, I heard that Shimmer has added a delicious new dish to their menu, and Yai Publishing House has some good light novels. Oh, and the dip in ice at bathhouse is always nice. So, you know, today's weather is perfect for all that stuff. So, what can I do for you? No, really, I'm not up to anything. I'm just a little tired and thought I could use a good nap. I'll be going now. Don't bother chasing me again. You won't be able to catch me anyway. Oh no, anything but that. You're just as difficult as the Shrine Maiden. Come on, just let me go. Oh, fine. But if I tell you the truth, I don't want to hear any complaints. So, you know I'm in the Shumatsu-ban, right? Well, it's our job to take care of matters that are inconvenient to the higher-ups, which sometimes includes ambushing people. Huh? Doesn't that intimidate you even a little bit? You do know what that means, right? And still no reaction, huh? Don't tell me it's because of my height. Anyway, being ambushed is pretty scary. You should at least try to express a little concern. Actually, according to my orders, you are. Though I have no intention of really attacking you. I don't get it. They never assign me this kind of mission. There's loads of other suitable operatives. All this craziness is starting to interfere with my sleep schedule. I just dropped by to see how you were doing. I was glad to see that you're okay. I was worried about how you'd react. I mean, who knows what you'd do if you knew that I was out to ambush you. Yet, when I told you, you didn't so much as flinch. I guess that actually made me feel a lot better. Who do you want to talk to? Someone in the Yashiro Commission? She's the one who's been assigned to supervise my work. She always tries to catch me whenever I'm slacking off. Basically, it's her duty to keep me from napping. But she would probably know more about the origins of my mission. Fine. I'll take you to her. But I'll have to hide somewhere in the distance. If she catches me anywhere near there, I'll never hear the end of it. And then they'll sentence me to all kinds of work, which will really cut into my time for napping. Please, she's quite perceptive. You mustn't tell her that you've seen me anywhere. You got that? We have a deal. No word about me.
Huh?
Where has she run off to this time? Huh? I didn't expect to see you here. You're the traveler, right? It's a pleasure to meet you. Yes, Miss Kamisato has spoken of you before. You seem familiar. It appears my intuitions were correct. May I ask what brings you here? It just so happens I'm looking for a little child by the name of Sayu. She's a ninja, with a nasty habit of disappearing the moment I turn around. She's always neglectful of her duties. She often comes here to take a nap, but it seems she's already predicted that I would come looking for her. You haven't happened to see her anywhere, have you? She's wearing a Mojina costume. Pretty hard to miss. Really? Well then, I suppose I'll just have to keep searching for her. Oh? How could that be? How did you catch wind of this? Did you encounter the ninja tasked with the matter? Huh. Well, I'm sure there's no need to worry. You're probably just overthinking things. After all, you have been of great service to the Yashiro Commission, and many are thankful for your actions. How could anyone even consider dispatching a ninja to attack you? Like Sayu? You mean to say that this matter is related to Sayu? There's absolutely no need to worry about Sayu. If anything, she's extremely loyal and would never act presumptuously. Though she often neglects her duties as a ninja and seems to never heed instructions, she's certainly not one to go against our principles. Given her age, such portentous tasks are not assigned to her. What's the matter? Are you still worried? All right, just to be sure, I shall personally inquire about this matter with the Yashiro Commission. Though I am the Shrine Maiden, it is also part of my duties to take on work from the Shumatsuban. I'll be sure to look into it. I'm curious myself what could be the cause of such absurd rumors. My intuition tells me that Sayu's mischief might be behind this whole misunderstanding. Are you completely certain that you haven't seen her around recently? Huh? Aha! Sayu, I can see you! Come out from there! Don't even think about trying to sneak away! Come over here! This instant! It does appear that Sayu has really been given a mission to ambush you. Which wasn't assigned by me, of course. I apologize. I'm afraid I did not treat this matter with due sincerity. I shall take these orders back to the Yashiro Commission for further clarification.
Good. Well, if there's nothing left for me to do, then I'll be...
Ahem.
Yes?
Where do you think you're off to? You have ninjutsu training to complete, so you shall return with me to Chinju Forest.
Yes, but you know, an exceptional ninja must not only work hard, but also have ample rest. It happens to be time for my nap, so I'll see you next time.
You're coming with me, even if I have to carry you, Sayu. Is that what you want?
Oh, no need. I'm sorry. I'll come quietly. In which case... Traveler, will you come with us too? I promise there won't be any trouble. I need a bit of your time, that's all. I helped you by bringing you to the Shrine Maiden, so now you need to return the favor.
I honestly hope you're not up to something again, Sayu. We've arrived. All right. I will go to the Yashiro Commission now to inquire about Sayu's mission orders. Sayu, you can start by warming up. Though you may often be difficult for me, I certainly will not abide any trouble for the traveler. Understand?
Yes, ma'am. Good. She's gone. Phew. No more work for today. Actually, I invited you to come as a helper. No need to go into too much detail. The Shrine Maiden is terrifying. As soon as she picks up on my tracks, it's nearly impossible for me to shake her. But you're also super skilled. so maybe you can help me. Huh? You mean you won't rescue someone in a moment of dire need? All that goes on here is cruel and involuntary labor. Is it wrong to wish for ample rest? How else can I ever reach my growth spurt? I'm not being unreasonable. Don't you know? There are tons of benefits to sleeping. You can regain energy, clear your mind, pass the time, and escape from all your troubles. But most importantly, sleep helps you grow, and I've got plenty of growing to do. That's right. The other ninja can leap up tall trees in a single bound and pick the tasty fruit way up high. Being tall is the key to everything. All the other ninja my age are already way taller than me. Sensei told me that kids only have one chance to grow up, and that I'll miss my chance if I keep slacking off. Of course it is. Haven't you seen someone suddenly grow taller while they're sleeping? It happens all the time. Though, I guess it does sound silly when you think about it. Ugh, never mind. The longer I talk to you, the more you'll convince me otherwise. Besides, what's wrong with wanting a little more sleep? See? I'm already crazy tired. Exactly. At first, I only wanted to grow as fast as possible. But as I started sleeping more every day, the sleepier I became. The sleepier I became, the more I slept. Even right now, I'm awake and talking with you, but my brain still feels half asleep. Trust me, work is the last thing on my mind. Maybe you can help me. Even though I've been getting more sleep recently, I haven't gained any height at all. Any ideas? Huh? You're saying there's a way to grow taller while I'm awake too? Yes, you do have a point. It's nothing compared to the adults. Just a little food is enough to make me full. I usually prefer eating fruit rather than those big, filling dishes. But I think I get it now. With more nutrients, people can grow bigger and taller. If anybody can eat a lot, it's the samurai. I should follow their example. I guess. Let's head into town and find something to eat. We won't be able to go anywhere when she's around. Now's our only chance. Phew.
Is to have the patience to move mountains.
Something smells amazing here. It smells so good that I'd even wake up to find where it's coming from.
Welcome to Kiminami Restaurant. What can I get for the
Let me think. I'll have rice cake soup, a tuna sushi, a tricolor dango. Oh, and one tri-flavored skewer, please. Time waits for no one. It's time for me to take things into my own hands. If I can't grow more by eating more, then we'll still have time to try something else. I've always taken a proactive approach to growing taller. I can even overcome my sleepiness if I need to. Speaking of which, I've never been able to eat very much in one sitting. I thought I could try and see what my limits are this time. But if I can't finish it all, would you help me? No, that's no good. I've got to stay positive. I know I can finish it all. Yay, thanks! That way, I don't have to worry about any of the food going to waste. Eating food like this will help me grow right away, won't it? Maybe I'll gain a whole 6 inches. Yeah, you might be right. Let's heat everything up and find out. I'm alright. Don't worry about me. I'm just a bit full, that's all. I can't move. I don't feel like I'm getting taller at all. If anything, I'm only growing wider. But if that's the price of getting taller, then I'm willing to pay it. Okay, time to order some more dango. Dango. Yes, more dango. I think the dango are making a swirl reaction in my tummy. Who knew dango could pack such a punch? I just don't get it. Why does growing have to be so difficult? But are there any other options? I never thought that eating could be so painful. Believe me, I already know everything there is about training. You do have a point. Now that I think about it, the tallest ninja in the Shumatsuban always seems to be training their ninjutsu and accepting extremely difficult tasks. No, that can't be it. Actually, I haven't kept a good balance of sleep and training, but that's because I feel sleepy way more often than I feel energetic. I get it now. I need to do more training with you. Adventuring, combat, I need to do it all.
Pardon my eavesdropping, but did you say that you're going to the Adventurers Guild to take a commission? Recently, we've been running into a group of rowdy treasure hoarders whenever we go into the wild to gather ingredients. It seems as if they're intentionally targeting our restaurant staff. I hope you can understand how dire the situation has become. This matter has been taking a real toll on our business. Since I've already submitted the commission to Catherine, perhaps you can consider helping us out?
Treasure hoarders, huh? Well, bad guys are the best practice targets for ninjutsu.
Great. You have my thanks. Let me show you where the treasure hoarders have been most active these days. Go! Everything is going smoothly, just as I thought.
Anna was right. There's the treasure hoard. All that food we just ate is weighing me down a bit. But I think we can still handle them.
Another test subject. I got careless. I got careless. Freeze!
Shiver!
Try! Freeze!
Almost done.
You're open.
Make my escape. Come on now!
I got careless. Picked the wrong test subject.
Go!
Pick another test subject. Wrong test subject.
Wait!
I got I got it.
Dog's over! Gotta dash!
That tingle. I got careless.
Shadow Raven! Let night fall!
You can't run!
Picked the wrong test subject.
Alright, last one. Watch this. Oh no! How? How could this happen? No, it's all that big brute's fault. Just as I was taking care of the last of them, he charged straight at me. I moved back to dodge him, but he was too tall. As he reached out to grab me, his hand landed right on my head. It's over. It's all over. All that hard work for nothing. He crossed the line. Everyone knows that if you're trying to grow taller, you can't be touched on the head. Of course. I never let anyone touch my head. Who knows how much I'll have to eat and sleep, or how much training I'll have to do to make up for it. It's a real bummer, you know. I see you're just trying to comfort me. It's not fun to be patted on the head. But what's done is done. There's nothing I can do about it now. Just forget it. I give up on growing. I'm not gonna grow any taller today, that's for sure. Sorry, I don't want to bum you out with my terrible mood. I should probably just go back now. The Shrine Maiden's gonna give me a real earful. Might as well get it over with. I get it. I'll try to look at the bright side. I was too anxious about growing, and now I'm being punished by the Archons. No need. I don't want to trouble you anymore. Maybe my stunted growth is tied to my bad attitude more than anything else. Getting you involved any further will just be a waste of your time. Huh? The feeling of growing? What do you mean? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm after. Reach higher and see farther? Really? Sounds good. You had me worried on the way here, you know? I seriously wondered if you were taking me to the Kamisato residence or the shrine. But you weren't kidding. I can see much farther from here. Somehow, I feel a little better after coming up so high. No, nothing particularly special. I'd simply like to go to the forest and pick some fruit from the trees without having to jump or find something to step on. Just that would be enough to make me happy. I'd also like to go swimming in water that's too deep for me now, and no one will tease me anymore for my toes not being able to touch the bottom. Oh, and I'll be able to eat more too, and stop wasting food all the time. Oh, and not to mention, I'll become more free too. I won't need to have a guardian to look after me, and the Shrine Maiden won't be out to catch me anymore. I'll even be able to visit other places for training. I'll go wherever I want, and sleep wherever I want. Imagine, no need to catch up on naps anymore. That will be the day. By the way, do you happen to need anyone with ninjutsu skills to accompany you on your adventures? See? You still see me by my current height. Who knows? Maybe I'll be even taller than you one day. Just wait till I'm taller. You won't need to worry about me ever again. Yeah, you're right. Thanks. From now on, I'll visit high places more often. They really do work miracles. Huh? What do you mean? Oh, I see. So what should I do? Huh? What?
Goodness gracious!
Mein Fräulein.
Time to go! Judgment! You can't run! By royal decree!
Hi. Don't worry about me. Why has everyone stopped singing?
You can't run! Judgment! Lights out. Maybe this is just fate's dark design.
Phantasmagoria.
Time to go! Midnight Phantasmagoria! This realm is no home for a princess.
You can't run!
Well, would you look who's here? Looks like it's going to be a day to remember. Guys, look who the sea washed up!
Ahoy there, traveler! So Captain really did invite you to join the homecoming celebration.
Hey, I heard that you took care of another crisis while you were in Inazuma.
That's what I heard, too. Thanks to you, Inazuma's Vision Hunt decree was finally put to an end. Well done, traveler.
Captain's got quite the eye for people. She said she was sure that your trip to Inazuma would stir up some waves. And sure enough...
Look at you, being so modest. We all know what you did to protect Liyue Harbor.
I've heard that they tell stories about you in Mondstadt, too. The honorary knight. Pretty impressive.
I'd say someone of your caliber would be right at home in the cracks. Right, sailors?
That's right. Wow, I'm getting excited just thinking of being the Traveler's crewmate. Hey, what do you say we arm wrestle?
I was worried you'd be too busy to show up.
Oh, Captain on deck!
Captain, we were just trying to talk the Traveler into joining the crew.
Yeah, come on, Captain Beto. Surely you've got a way to get the Traveler on board.
Well, she's on board right now for the celebration, isn't she?
Yeah, but just one celebration together is not enough. You know what we mean, Captain.
All right, I get it now. There is something special about you, Traveler. You earned everyone's respect, myself included. So it goes without saying that the Crux would be honored to have a crew member such as yourself.
No doubt about that.
But then again, a hero like yourself doesn't just set off on a journey without some bigger purpose in mind. So should a hero really drop what they're doing just to spend day after day drifting at sea with us? Well, if that were the case, then the Crux, known for always moving forward to the next horizon, would instead be holding someone back.
Right. I guess we didn't think that part through.
Remember, rather than seeking out strong members to join us, you should be focusing on making yourselves the strongest that you can be. If we are powerful, they will come to us. Isn't that why everyone here chose to come aboard in the first place?
Yes. A strong sailor is always looking for a sturdy ship.
I guess I almost forgot the first lesson you ever taught me. Thanks for the reminder, Captain.
Just be sure you all keep that in mind. Now, there's no more need to hound the Traveler, as you were. The Traveler and I have something to discuss. Glad you came. Welcome back aboard. Hey, don't mention it. As a host, it would be pretty embarrassing to continue letting my guests be put on the spot like that. I can't go getting too caught up in my own reputation, though. That's certainly not how the Crux made it to where we are today. As the head of the fleet, my task is to keep us on the right course, no matter how turbulent the seas may become. But then again, the crew isn't usually this riled up. It's not that they're arrogant, they're just bubbling with ambition, that's all. Their excitement today comes from their great respect for you, both your strength and your character. So please, don't take it the wrong way. All good then. Great. Actually, speaking of Inazuma, I think your good luck must have rubbed off on me on the way over. I made an interesting find on the beach shortly after we parted ways. Let's talk about it over there, where it's a little quieter. So after we dropped you off in Rito, we found a shipwreck nearby. Probably belonged to Inazuman pirates. We searched the wreckage and found a map. At first, I thought it was a nautical chart. I was thinking we might discover a new sailing route if we were lucky. But after a closer look, I realized it wasn't a map of the sea at all. It was a Liyue treasure map, and no ordinary one at that. Nothing like that. I just mean that the map was a mess. So it was the most I could do to figure out that the treasure was probably in Lyra. As for its exact location, I have no idea. I'd say I've explored Liyue pretty extensively, but still, this one managed to beat me. So, I thought of you. Nobody can beat you when it comes to treasure hunting on land, right? Is that right? Well then, it looks like I'm in good hands. Here's the map. See what you can make of it. So, where do you think it is? Qingce Village. I don't see the resemblance at all. How'd you come to that conclusion? Oh, okay then. I'm definitely a rookie at this. But your word's good enough for me. Time for a trip to Qingce. You're coming with me, of course. I'll need you to help me zero in on the specific location once we're there.
Ah, Beto! Wow, and the Traveler! My goodness, what's the occasion? Just here to visit us old folks once again. It hasn't been all that long since we last had a visit from the Crux. But I'm glad you picked today. You're just the people I need. These two young rascals, they've been arguing with each other non-stop about some petty nonsense or other. I'm too old to get through to them. They won't listen to me. Please, talk some sense into them.
Rest assured, Granny Zhuoxin, whatever the situation is, the Traveler and I will take care of it.
Oh, thank goodness. It's Captain Beto. You couldn't have come at a better time. You're the voice of reason I need in this situation.
Captain, please. Help me get justice.
Whoa, hey. What exactly is going on here? Spit it out. Tell me everything.
It makes me mad just talking about it. G here, I don't know if he's got a screw loose or what his problem is. But anyway, he took it upon himself to raise, well, practically a whole army of finches, okay? And now guess what? They fly onto my land and completely destroy at least half of my crops. I asked him to pay compensation, but he refused. Now how is that fair?
Captain, I'm innocent. They're not even my finches. I just thought they looked kinda cute, you know, so I fed them a couple of times. They're wild birds, though.
A couple times? Are you kidding me? That's rich. Really rich. There were 2 of them when you first started. 2 finches. Now you have a whole roof full of finch nests. I swear, every time I come by your place, I think I'm at a bird market. I'm telling you, you are not gonna get away with this anymore.
So, yeah. I mean, they laid a few eggs, made a few nests, but finches gotta finch, you know. These are wild birds. I mean, they'll do whatever they please.
So that's how it is. I think I got the picture. What's your take? Fair point. Granny Zhuoxin, is there anything left over from the relief funds delivered by the Crux on our last visit? Technically, this would be a case of avian damage to agriculture. It meets the relief criteria, so we can use these funds to cover Wenjing's losses.
Why, yes. There's plenty left over. The Crux brings such a generous sum each time. There's no way our small village could ever use up all of it.
Oh, thank you, Captain Beto. You can bet I never would have managed to get G to pay up, even if I spent my whole life trying to persuade him.
Thank you, Captain. You can bet I never would have been able to afford the compensation out of my own pocket. I'll drive those finches away the moment I get back. I can't let them carry on ruining the neighbors' crops.
Beidou, you do so much for our village, and we could never hope to repay you.
Granny Zhuoshin, as you know, many of the boys from your fine village do sterling work for the Crux. The fleet wouldn't be what it is today without them, so please think nothing of it. Gee, Wenjing, I guess you're free to go.
Captain Beidou, you're here.
Pops Shing, it's been a long time. Have you been?
Don't get me started. I've been having some real trouble with that neighbor of mine, Zhen. We keep having the same argument, and it just goes nowhere. I heard you were in the village, so I rushed over to seek your help.
What's the issue?
Oh, come with me. You'll see. Let's go find Zhen and clear this whole thing up, face to face.
Captain Beidou, you're here.
I heard that you and Pops Shing had a little misunderstanding. So, what's up? Tell me about it.
Zhen planted a tree on his property a few years back. I had no issue with it at the time. It's just a tree. But a few years on, it's grown taller than the roof of my house. Every morning when I get up and open the window, I just want to feel the sun on my face, but I'm greeted instead by the looming shadow of my neighbor's tree. It really affects my mood. I asked Zhen to cut it down so I could get some sunlight back on my property. But he said no. It's like he's done this on purpose just to drive me crazy.
Captain Beidou, you gotta believe me. I didn't intend to block the sunlight, but there's nothing I can do about it now. It's not just any old tree, you see. That tree was planted there by my late father. Not long after he planted it, he passed away. And just before he passed, he left me with some parting words. He said our family's fortune was inauspicious and we needed something to suppress the bad luck. That's what he planted the tree for. How can I just chop it down? I'll be honest, I spent a few years studying in Liyue Harbor, so I don't actually share his superstitious beliefs. But still, that doesn't change the fact that this was my father's dying wish.
Okay, I think I'm all clear on the situation. What are you thinking? Yeah, you have a point. Zhen, I'm truly sorry to hear that your father passed away. But look, you can't use that as an excuse for harming other people. You really should have thought about the impact that planting that tree would have on your neighbors before you went ahead with it. However, this tree is special to you. I understand that, and it would be cruel to make you chop it down. So, how about you move the tree to somewhere where it won't block the sunlight? Somewhere else in your courtyard, or even outside it if you have to. Just as long as it stops posing a problem for Pops Shing. Zhen, Pops Shing, thoughts?
Your idea works for me, Captain Beidou. Forcing Zhen to cut it down was never my real goal. I just want some sunlight back. That's all I ask.
Honestly, I already considered that. It's a nice idea, but the tree's way too big. We haven't got the manpower in the village to take on a task like that.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that. I'll just have my crew head down to the harbor and find you a few pairs of strong arms. Problem solved. While they're at it, I'll have them find you a gardener, too. This tree's a little overdue for a manicure.
Wow, thank you so much, Captain Beidou. Now that this is resolved, it'll be such a relief to be able to put it all behind me. On a separate note, I remember the Crux last visited the village not very long ago. Is there some special reason why you're back in person so soon?
Nothing all that special, just personal reasons. I'm looking for some treasure.
Huh? Treasure? Wait a second. That reminds me, I saw Chongping and Defu arguing in the fields earlier. It sounded like they were both trying to lay claim to some treasure. I don't know if it's related to the one you're looking for, but anyway, they're probably still there now.
Really? Okay, well, you and Pop Shing can go about your business now. I'll go see what the situation is.
With the wind.
Huh? Beto, you're just in time. Defu's being completely unreasonable.
What happened?
I'm not being unreasonable, Captain. I got Chongping to help me plow my land because it's the busy season. And then, what do you know? He plows up a treasure chest. Way I see it, it's my land, so the treasure belongs to me, right? I think it's a pretty clear-cut case.
You say that, Defu, but what you're forgetting is that I came to help you plow your fields out of the goodness of my heart, and you haven't paid me a single mora. It was also my plowing that turned up this chest. However you cut it, surely I'm entitled to at least some of the treasure.
The domestic drama just keeps coming today. What are your thoughts? Okay, I think I'm up to speed here. If you two really want to take this further, I can get a legal expert from Liyue Harbor to adjudicate. As for the costs, I'll cover them. What do you think? Neither of you seems thrilled about this course of action. Okay, so plan B. I'll be straight with you. The reason I came here today was to look for some treasure. Chances are it's hiding right there in the chest you're both fighting over. So, how about you two stop fighting over it and do me a favor by handing it to me? Of course, I'll be indebted to both of you. If either of you ever needs anything in the future, the Crux will not hesitate to lend you our support.
Captain, you're far too kind, really. Indebted? That won't be necessary. If you want this chest, you go ahead and take it.
Yep, totally agree. If only I'd known you were looking for this chest. You should have said something. I would have delivered it to you personally to save you the trip.
It seems like it's been quite a busy day for you, helping us settle all our little quarrels. Come on, let's go to the village. I'll rally the masses. We'll get some good food and good drink and have a good old get-together.
Don't worry about the chest. I'll carry it over.
What a fine day today has been. Beto has solved an awful lot of problems in our village.
She sure has. Without Captain Beto, that compensation payment would have bankrupted me. Yeah, and if it weren't for Captain Beto, I'd still be arguing with Pops Xing.
Hear, hear. We have plenty to thank Captain Beto for, I'm sure. I propose a toast in her honor.
To Captain Beto. Cheers!
I couldn't ask for more than the chance to get everyone together and drink to our heart's content. Cheers! That really hit the spot. Want to get some air? The view in this place is pretty good. We can take a look through the contents of that chest while we're at it. Chongping placed it by the water wheel. Are you kidding? Beidou can handle her liquor. Come on, let's go. So, I've been thinking. Everyone seems to trust me enough to let me have the final word on their disputes. But don't you think some of my solutions can be a little stupid? You can laugh, I don't mind. Take Chongping and Defu's wrangling over that chest, for instance. I had no clue who it should belong to, so I just came up with this stupid idea of taking it for myself. At least that way, neither of them would feel like it was unfair. But, I mean, I'm no Ningguang. I can't make a perfect deal every time. And I'm no Yanfei either. Not all my judgment calls are going to be 100% fair and square. I am Beidou, and my strength is in trading favors. You think I should be more selective? Some people think their favors are so valuable that they need to plan out how and when to use them to maximize the return on their investment. They view the favor as a bargaining chip. Others see doing favors as a burden, not worth anything in monetary terms and prone to getting you locked in a cycle of constantly returning the favor back and forth. But the way I see it, favors are what keep people connected to one another. Over thousands of years, the people of Liyue have created bonds between each other by doing someone a favor here and asking for a favor there. This means that no individual is truly on their own out there. When someone falls down, there's an invisible net made of human connections, waiting to catch them and get them back on their feet. Over the years, I've come to owe favors to a great many people, and many other people have come to owe me one. These are the countless bonds between us, like so many fish in the sea. And they're the reason that the Crux and I have survived the countless hardships we faced. I believe that if there ever comes a day when the world is overrun by monsters, Liyue's legal system collapses and the land is thrust back into an age of war, it's these bonds that will see us all through the dark days ahead, until we come out on the other side. I'm not saying that. But either way, we have a pretty firm bond between us already, don't you think? Was this wind brewed in a winery? It's making me lightheaded. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Something we were literally just talking about. Oh, yeah, the chest! Oh, I got so immersed in our conversation that I forgot all about the main event. Come on, let's open it up and see what's inside. Oh, that's it? A whole lot of nothing? It's not exactly what I was looking for, but you know what? I don't care. The fun part was going on a treasure hunt with you. Come on, let's get back to the party. Tonight, we go big before we go home.
I really can't recommend that store highly enough. A couple more visits and you'll find that the fur on your tail is silky smooth. A gorgeous tail like yours deserves lots of tender, loving care. Don't you agree?
No need. I'm not interested in that kind of thing.
You say that, but do I see your ears saying otherwise? Although your tail isn't professionally maintained, the fur doesn't look dry and coarse. To me, this says you like to take care of it. I'm also guessing that you like to curl up into a fetal position and hug your fluffy tail tight as you go off to sleep.
How do you know? Don't be ridiculous. I'm a high-ranking general of Watatsumi Island. How could I do such a thing?
Oh, it's okay. There's no need to be embarrassed. The desire to cuddle up to a soft tail while sleeping is quite natural.
Really? Wait, no. Why are we still on this topic? In fact, why am I even here talking about tails with you in the first place?
Why? Because you are blessed with a wonderful fluffy tail, that's why. I think it's very cute.
Ugh, I'm trapped. How do I get out of this? It's you! Oh, thank goodness. Please save me.
Oh, and how is my favorite little one doing, I didn't expect to meet you here. We were just talking about tails. Goro has a beautiful tail, don't you think? Doesn't it make you want to stroke it? Don't be nervous. Just follow your heart's desire.
She's not going to fall for it. We've fought side by side.
Pardon me. Lady Gucci, we have completed the matter you instructed us about previously. We have selected a very skilled artist to be in charge. I'm confident that the finished product will be to your satisfaction.
I'll take a look later, and if everything's in order, place it in front of the store. All right, I won't tease the two of you any further. Do make the most of your trip here, won't you? Quite a lot has changed. I wish you both a fun-filled time on Narukami Island.
There was definitely something strange about the way she looked at me in the end there. Could she be plotting something? Sorry that you had to see that. The real reason I'm here at Yae Publishing House is to buy some books for Her Excellency. Since Watatsumi Island signed a peace treaty with the shogunate, we've had much closer contact than we did before. I also wanted to come and see what things are like in an area ruled by the shogunate. I hadn't counted on running into her. I've interacted with her a few times before, but I can't say I've ever gotten used to it. I've never been good at dealing with people like her. The way she towers over me and speaks so cryptically. Something about her is strangely intimidating. I could probably deal with her in battle, but I don't know where to start when I run into her in normal life. I guess this is a weakness of mine. Really? That would be great. To be honest, this is something that's always worried me. If the soldiers ever saw me in this kind of embarrassing situation, they'd be very disappointed. So, I have to overcome it, for their sake. As soon as I've worked through this, let's go take on Yae Miko again. First things first, though. Do you have any ideas on where to begin? I see. So if you pretend to be someone like her, I can keep practicing on you. If I can get the better of you, then I'll be able to hold my own when similar situations come up in the future. Good plan. Let's see. Where should we start? Now that you mention it, I remember having a similar experience back on Watatsumi Island. I was with my subordinates at the time. We ran into a merchant, I got caught up talking to them, and I don't quite know what happened, but I ended up buying a lot of things from them. I think we can give it a try. There's an island called Rito nearby. Why don't we go there? I heard all the Outlander merchants are based there, so it might help to create the right atmosphere. So this is Rito. Although it looks slightly gloomy, it feels very peaceful here. I don't see any Tenryou Commission soldiers roaming the streets. What a nice place. Okay, let's get started. I'll be me, and you be a shrewd and savvy businesswoman. Hi! Hi! So, a lot of the soldiers have been complaining about a shortage of blankets recently. So, 10 blankets, please? Okay, I'll settle the check right away. The price seems pretty cheap to me, in which case, no need to haggle, right? I think that's still not too bad. Is that supposed to be really expensive? I'm sorry. In the past, Her Excellency has always handled procurement of military supplies. I don't know the specific prices of these items, so I never really know how to respond. This won't get us anywhere. I have to haggle to give you the chance to use your wily tricks on me. What do we do now? Something I'm more interested in? Maybe, cake? That's so expensive. I know what a fair price is when it comes to cake. Wait a sec. If you think about this from another angle, a cake that costs 100,000 mora per slice must be so much better than a regular cake. Oh, let me see. I've been saving up recently. I think I should have enough. So, there isn't really a kind of cake that costs 100,000 mora per slice? What a shame. I feel like role-playing as a vendor is a little outside our area of expertise. What kind of person do we both see regularly enough to impersonate convincingly? Fatui? Then it looks like a trip into the wild is in order. Let's go give it a try.
Time to go!
I've dealt with Fatui before, but I always end up against those big, stocky guys who are much taller than me. I'm sure I must train just as hard as they do every day, but somehow, I still don't have the muscles to show for it. Maybe I'll start to see the results in a few more years. Right? I mean, at the very least, I need to look more muscular than my subordinates. I know that people's trust in me has nothing to do with my size, but if I were taller and bulkier, they'd be able to identify me from behind more easily when charging into battle. That way, our forces wouldn't scatter so easily. As long as I was on the field, they'd be able to follow me. But enough of that. Let's get back to it. Who are you going to roleplay as this time? What? I smell danger! Really? Huh. For a moment there, I could have sworn the actual Fatui were right here. No, wait. Behind you! It wasn't my imagination. They really are here. Prepare to engage!
There you are, eavesdropper.
Let's move.
Let me amuse myself a little.
Advance!
Roast fry.
Come on! All forces, retreat!
Is this my final job?
I've dealt with Tui before, but I always end up against those big, stocky guys who are much taller than me. I'm sure I must train just as hard, right? I know that people's trust that way are... But enough of that. Let's get back to it. What? I smell danger! Really? No, wait. It wasn't my imagination.
You are eavesdropper. Let me amuse myself a little.
Oz, reveal thyself! Over here! Cross over! Judgment! By royal decree! Now you've got me worked. Punishment!
Let me amuse myself. Maybe this is just fate's dark design.
Everyone, on me! Follow my lead.
This was well done.
Fall in!
You can't run! Hip, ready, steady, go!
Rally!
Oz, reveal thyself! Higher,
We've only
fire!
just begun. Looks like I went too far. Take cover. I must collect myself.
Wings of darkness, come! Let the show begin.
Charge! Press the advantage!
Lights out.
Finally, some quiet.
It's all fun and games until the real Fatui show up, huh? That little interruption has really ruined the mood for me. Let's not do any more Fatui impressions for today. It seems in poor taste after the trouble they caused in Watatsumi Island anyway. Do we have any other options? What do you mean? Isn't this moving a little too fast? Her Excellency advocates slow and steady progress in all things, and cautions against trying to advance too quickly. To clarify, it's not that I'm scared. It's just that I don't know if the time is right. I guess you're right. Thanks for your encouragement. It's not like me to shy away from a challenge like this. Let's do it! Time for a make-or-break training exercise!
Add Astra. Thank you for coming.
Go, Barbara, go!
And we're back. Don't worry, my head's in the game this time. I am a high-ranking military officer of Watatsumi Island and the General of the Resistance. Whatever tricks you've got up your sleeve, you're not going to get to me. So bring it on! This feels like... Yes, it definitely feels like... no, not even slightly. It's not that you do a bad impression of her, more like... something is missing. I finally realized it when you were talking to me just now. I think that maybe what I'm really afraid of is her knowing smile and her piercing gaze. It just makes me feel like all my secrets have nowhere to hide, like she can just peer in and see them. But it's different with you. I trust you, so I don't feel I need to hide my secrets in the first place. Even when you're imitating the way she speaks, I don't feel afraid. Because we fought side by side in the past, and I know I don't have to have my guard up around you. But it also means that this training won't work. I just have to accept that this is a weakness of mine, as much as it pains me to do so. The thought of having to live with this weakness forever is frustrating. Are you serious? I'd love that. I haven't eaten anything sweet in a long time. Off we go. Let's go buy some cake. All right. The next step is to find somewhere nice and quiet.
Restaurant? That place isn't even worth mentioning.
Go, Barbara, go!
This is so good. It's certainly a rarity in the camp. It's seen as a luxury item in the ranks of the Resistance. We have special meals on occasion, but even then it usually means meat and wine, not dessert. So, thank you for treating me to some cake. The only downside with Narukami Island's pastries is that they're such exquisite things, you can't just chow down on them. But, as Her Excellency says, a general needs to show patience and restraint. Wow, don't mind if I do. That's so sweet.
Is that Albedo? Why is he leaving?
Hey, it's the Traveler and Paimon.
Hello, you two. It's been a long time. Were you having a really serious discussion right now or something?
Just a regular catch-up. We meet here once in a while to go through any recent developments in our research projects.
So we just missed him. Maybe we should have hollered to him. He didn't look in the best of moods just now, though. Was he upset about something? If so, he probably wouldn't have been in the mood to help out anyway.
Upset? You mean Albedo?
Yeah, he wasn't looking his usual self.
Upset? Uh-oh. I wonder if...
What are you looking at me for?
I wonder if Timaeus' research topic is so boring that Albedo finally snapped.
Surely not. It's not that boring, is it?
Nah. Anyway, Paimon wanted to ask you for a favor, Timaeus.
A favor? Well, sure. How can I help?
Well, Paimon found a bunch of super-duper sweet Sincerias in the mountains the other day. But if Paimon eats them all, then they'll all be gone, so Paimon isn't ready to finish them all yet. Paimon was thinking maybe you could make a device that you put fruits in and it turns them into juice. That way, they'll be preserved for as long as Paimon needs.
Oh, yeah, I'm afraid that sort of thing is a little...
Huh? Seems pretty straightforward to Paimon. Can't you do it?
Paimon, I'm afraid you've entered into the realm of the weird and wonderful with this one.
Okay. So how about you, Sucrose? Any idea?
I'm sorry. It doesn't sound like it falls within my area of expertise. I could give it a try if you really want, but I'd probably just end up giving all your precious fruits arms and legs.
Whoa, your tone is so calm, but your words are so terrifying. You'd think I'd be used to this by now.
Well, as you know, my focus is on bioalchemy. Besides, keeping things fresh forever is just not possible. If you just wanted to modify certain properties of the fruit or their seeds, on the other hand, I'd easily be able to help with that. Alchemists usually focus in on their own research areas. Take us, for example. Timaeus, Albedo, and I all have very different research foci. Paimon, your idea is very imaginative, but it's beyond Timaeus's and my ability. I don't think even Albedo can make such an incredible device. After all, alchemy is not mechanics. There is a big difference between the two.
Huh? Well, excuse Paimon for overestimating the power of alchemy.
In fact, before Albedo showed up, everyone in Mondstadt thought alchemy was useless. Of course, we know better now. But even then, I have to admit, alchemy is only one of the many wondrous arts in the world. It's certainly not some kind of all-powerful magic that can simply take a substance and preserve it indefinitely. Sorry. That wasn't meant as a criticism against you personally.
Paimon just wanted some fruit juice. What's wrong with that?
Oh, of course, these are just Timaeus's and my subjective opinions on the matter. If you're really intent on pursuing this wondrous device, you can try your luck asking Albedo. But I wouldn't get your hopes up. If he has no idea how to make one either, you'll have to give up on the idea.
He doesn't seem to be in a good mood today, though. What if he ignores us?
He won't. Albedo is not that kind of person.
Hey, so where is Albedo heading to anyway? Dragonspine?
Unless he specifically says otherwise, Dragonspine is where he usually goes. He seems particularly fond of that place. And somehow, the cold doesn't seem to bother him at all.
Then let's go to Dragonspine to find him. Come on, there's no time to lose. This looks lively. What's the occasion? Let's go and have a look.
Hey, Traveler and Paimon. Fancy meeting you all the way out here.
Amber? Cyrus? Halid? What's everyone doing at Dragonspine? Don't you mind the cold?
Oh, the Traveler is joining us too. Oh, great! Fantastic! Wonderful! The more the merrier.
I agree. I feel much better with the Traveler joining us. Definitely the kind of person you want to have around in a tight spot.
Oh, right! Paimon remembers most of these people are from the Adventurers Guild. Then again, it seems a certain outrider is doing too.
Allow me to explain. The Adventurers Guild is holding winter training on Dragonspine. As you know, our members have varying levels of adventure experience. Dragonspine is an excellent place for budding adventurers to challenge themselves and improve. But it's dangerous to go alone. So, we made a plan for senior members to pair up with junior members. This way, everyone can experience training on Dragonspine together under safe and controlled circumstances. Now, every adventurer can progress together. I've been working on this grand plan for half a year now, and it's finally coming together! It's a great plan, isn't it? Hey, you are an outstanding adventurer. Surely you must be willing to join us and help out.
Is the Adventurers Guild short on experienced members?
Well, that's part of it, actually. The other reason is, when I was patrolling the perimeter of Dragonspine, I found a lost kid named Joel. I heard he lives here on the camp, so I escorted him back. I know. Joel's father went missing. I totally sympathize with how much Joel misses his family. Dragonspine is so bleak and deserted. It must have been so lonely for him here.
Aw, Amber!
Anyway, I wanted to do something to cheer Joel up, so I said I'd build a snowman with him. It's something he enjoys doing. It also gives me a chance to stay here for a while and help Cyrus out. Aw, really? Thank you. Let's go meet up with Joel then. Oh, I invited another friend of mine to join too. She should be here any second. She'll be perfect for this kind of thing. Hey, Cyrus, we've got to take off. Is that okay?
No problem. Go ahead. I still have some final checks to make, so I will call you before we depart.
We had some... Come and have some hot soup, or you might just freeze.
Hey, Joel, we're here.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy right now. It's nice to have so many people to hang out with. Are you here to build a snowman too?
Build a snowman?
Oh, sorry. I forgot to do the introductions. This is Eula, the Spindrift Knight and captain of the Knights of Favonius Reconnaissance Company.
Amber, you're being far too formal. The child is never going to remember all that. Please, just call me Eula.
Okay, Auntie Eula. You can call me Joel.
Auntie Eula?
Uh-oh. Eula's gonna add that to her long list of scores to settle.
All right. If that's what you want to call me, go right ahead.
Whoa! Eula just let something go for once?
Amber, what's this I hear about a snowman? I came to assist because you told me the Adventurers Guild was short-handed.
Yeah, that's something else. But look, Joel's at the age where he should be having fun, and there's nothing to play with on Dragonspine. He used to build snowmen with his dad, and since his dad's not around, we're keeping him company instead. Besides, Eula, it's gotta be more fun than taking an ice bath all by yourself. Let's combine our forces and build ourselves a huge snowman. It'll be a ton of fun.
Yep. Count Paimon in too. Paimon wants to build a snowman.
Auntie Eula, are you too busy to join in? If so, it's okay. I understand.
No, nothing like that. My mind was on something else, that's all. Building a snowman with Joel, are we? Sounds wonderful. I'd be delighted to join you.
Then let's get started. First, we need to split up into teams to gather some supplies. Joel and I will be on one team. You and Eula can be on the other team. Hey, Joel, see that huge tree over there? Wanna race me there?
Yeah, let's do it!
Wow, those two are fast. it's hard to tell which of them is having more fun. Hey, what's up with you two? Why are you just staring at each other without saying anything?
Well... Joel probably hasn't spent much of his life in the city. He doesn't know me, and he doesn't know what the Lawrence name means to the people in Mondstadt.
Right, that's why he calls you Auntie Eula.
True. In his eyes, I'm just another ordinary person from Mondstadt. It was a surprise, but not in a bad way at all. Indeed. It's just... That's the thing. I'm a little worried that I won't be up to the challenge. I have never built a snowman before. My upbringing was very strict, so I never had the chance when I was a child. And after I grew up, of course, it's not the sort of thing I would spend my time doing.
Oh no! Paimon's starting to feel sorry for Eula.
You sound confident. All right, then. Enough small talk for now. I see we have a member of the Adventurers Guild joining us.
Greetings. We have a slight problem here. We've done a head count, and it turns out that we have an odd number of participants. In other words, we still have one instructor slot left to fill. How it happened was, we originally asked Fischl to be an instructor, but she was busy with something outside of Mondstadt during this period. So, we found another adventurer to fill in for her, but they still haven't shown up yet. Thank goodness you are here.
Oh, hello. My name is Gerald. I'm a new adventurer.
In that case... Fine. But for that, you will pay.
Huh? Pay for what? Okay. I got it. I'm ready and willing to learn.
Good, good. Then everything is settled. Thank you for your help, Eula. If anybody else signs up later, I may have to ask for your help as well.
Why did you give the spot to Eula? Oh, okay. You're so nice. Paimon noticed Eula smiled just now. It must have meant a lot to her. To be honest, Eula really is the best candidate for an instructor. Most people would find it hard to cope on the mountain because of the sheer cold, but not her. Oh, now Paimon gets it. This must be the whole reason why Amber got Eula involved in the first place. We were supposed to find supplies, but now Eula's busy with other stuff, and, Paimon doesn't feel like going around collecting things. How do you think Amber and Joel are doing? Let's head up the mountain and see what they're up to. Strange. Didn't they say they were going this way? Where the heck are they? Did we get here too late? Have they moved on already? Could they be in danger? Hurry! Let's go check it out! Go, Barbara, go! underestimated whatever was behind it. But if that's the case, then what exactly are we dealing with here?
I know that voice.
Hmm? Huh?
What brings you to Dragonspine?
Oh, so it was Albedo all along!
All along? Oh, what do you mean by that?
On the way here, we kept hearing weird noises, and it felt like someone was watching us the whole time. Turns out it was just you! Honestly, you really gave us the creeps. If you're bored up here, go find something useful to do. Don't go sneaking around scaring the poop out of people.
The things you felt and heard could easily be attributed to animals, or bandits, perhaps. You should be wary at all times in this environment. There are all too many ways to sustain losses here if you aren't careful. So, what business brought you here?
We actually came to look for you, but then it turned into looking for Amber, but now we've met you, so we're back to that again.
Your thought process is rather chaotic, as is the way in which you articulate it.
Hey! How dare you! All Paimon's trying to say is that we came here to look for you!
Oh, is that so? Then it must surely be something of great importance. I'm all ears.
He seems to be in a better mood than we thought, right? Does that mean Timaeus' stupidity doesn't really get to him after all? Huh. Okay, let's just forget that ever came up.
That's okay if you can't tell me about it. Just treat this as an opportunity to stroll on the mountain and enjoy the view.
So basically, the truth is we're here on adventurer duty.
Ah, I see. So you foisted the rookie off onto Eula so that you could wander off and goof around?
We're not goofing around! And Eula was the right person for the job! We were just being nice. What about you then, huh? What are you doing on Dragonspine?
A friend commissioned me to do some artwork recently, and I have yet to finish. I came here because it's a quiet place where I can gather my thoughts, gather inspiration, and gather some raw materials while I'm at it.
Raw materials? For what?
Paint. Star silver can be used to make high-quality silver paint. I just ran out of my previous batch, so I'll collect some ore while I'm here.
Ore can be used to make paint?
Yes, but you have to be selective with the specimens you choose. Even with a high level of impurities, star silver still contains fine silver-colored particles, but they lack luster, which impacts the color saturation of the pigment made from them. Paint made with such pigment is generally viewed as a fake or a defective product.
Interesting. So, paint aside, can you talk about how you find inspiration? Paimon wants to learn.
You want to learn to paint?
No, not for me. For the Traveler. Paimon wants the Traveler to learn how to paint. During our travels, we sometimes have nights where there's nothing to do. It'd sure be nice to do something memorable rather than just sit around. Painting is a great example because it can capture a moment in time. So it seems like it's definitely a worthwhile skill to have. Yep, why not? Once you mastered it, you can paint Paimon.
Not a bad idea. Well, since you two would like to learn more about painting, why don't you come with me to the campsite? I have painting materials there. You can practice while I give you some guidance.
Sounds great! Oh, she'll be fine. She is a Knight of Favonius after all. Let's just forget about all that stuff for now and go with Albedo. Come on, let's go! It's so cold out. Paimon wants to get to the camp and warm up by the fire.
Some things are missing.
Nothing valuable, hopefully. Wait, where's Paimon's Mora?
It's hard to say their value, but some of my alchemy notes are missing.
Alchemy notes? Would they fetch a high price?
To the uninitiated, they are merely scraps of paper. But for someone who knows what they're doing, the knowledge contained in those notes is more valuable than any treasure.
So you're saying only someone who knows alchemy would have stolen them? But the only people who come to Dragonspine are adventurers, thieves, and monsters. What use would any of them have with your notes?
I feel the same way. However, hilly trail break-ins and other such incidents are not unheard of on Dragonspine. It's difficult to draw a conclusion based solely on the evidence at hand. These appear to be
footprints?
fresh ones, meaning our thief can't have made it far.
Let's chase him down! We can't let them get away!
From the entrance, the footprints go that way.
Oh, that thieving thief! Go!
The footprints lead up there.
So they scaled the cliff. Okay, after them! Footprints on the snow are so hard to notice. It's so easy to lose track completely.
That's why we have to hurry.
Huh? The footprints stop here!
Our thief must have jumped on the cliff. Get your wind glider ready. Here, we're going down.
They're heading to the cavern! Ooh, we got you now! You sure can run, but you definitely can't hide! Let's go in!
Wait, I'll go in alone. Traveler, please stay here and guard the entrance. This cavern has 2 points of entry, and there are shortcuts inside. Judging from the state of the footprints, he hasn't been in there long.
Cut him off at both ends.
Whoever apprehends the thief first has to notify the other party. Still, safety comes first. We do not yet know the identity.
We'll be fine.
Okay, see you shortly. Of course.
I wonder if Albedo found the thief. This is taking forever. Really? Huh. Maybe it just feels like a long time because Paimon hates waiting. Waiting is so boring. Why don't we find something to do to pass the time? Oh, look at all that star silver over there. It's right next to the cavern, so we won't be going far. If anything happens outside, yay! Huh. This stuff looks kinda lackluster. Is that because of the impurities like Albedo was talking about? Hey, this one's not bad. Alright, this should be enough. So finally, you're back.
Yes. Sorry, I was unable to catch him.
Oh, so after all that, we still don't even... Still, we won't be going back completely empty-handed. We did some mining.
Mining?
Yeah, for star silver. It's just like you said. Some are really bright and shiny, and others just...
Star silver. I was merely saying what was on the front of my mind. I hadn't thought...
Well, you said they can be turned into paint, so we... Also, if it weren't for that thief, we'd be making paint by now anyway, right? Anyway, it's all the thief's fault for wasting...
Yes, it's all the thief's fault. The notes mean a lot to me. I'm not quite ready to give up the search yet.
Oh, just one thing. Do you want us to bring all this ore back, or did you want to sort through and get rid of the useless bits first? There's no point in bringing the bad ones back if it'll ruin the quality of the paint. Some of them did.
Indeed. The sorting process is necessary. Humans are such practical creatures. They only want those things that are good. Once they have learned to distinguish between good and bad, useless things should be disposed of at the outset.
Right! Saves a lot of time that way. Efficiency first.
Help!
Wait! Did you guys hear that? Was that? It's likely an adventurer in danger! Okay! The voice was definitely coming from around here.
Is anybody there? Help me!
No way! Is that?
Is that the Traveler in Paimon? It's me, Bennett!
Whoa! It's really him! Let's get him!
So sorry to trouble you guys again. The key
Wow! So much clutter! Oh, we're not gonna find the key here, surely! Uh-oh! We got company!
By royal decree!
Stay right there.
Time to go!
This quickly. Shield to the bone.
Go!
Oh no!
Oz, reveal thyself! You can't run!
Let's dance! Oh, so they kept the key with them! Huh. We were searching around for nothing.
Oh, finally, I'm out. Thank you so much. If only there hadn't been rocks mixed in with the snow on the tree, it wouldn't have made me all dizzy when—
Bandit? In a cage? Never—
I won't bore you with the rest of the details. Just me being unlucky again.
Yep! Taking them out was child's play! No need to thank us.
You did? That's so nice of you guys. I know they were probably just following orders. But still, thanks for helping me out.
So what are you doing on Dragonspine? Didn't Razor want to come with you?
Did you hear about the Adventurers Guild thing? They're hosting a winter camp here. As one of their veteran adventurers, I'm here to help out the rookies. Razor's not an adventurer, and as the leader of Benny's adventure team, as well as the only actual member, I had to come on my own. But now I've been stuck here for so long, I probably missed it.
Oh! Wait, so that guy Gerald who got left in the lurch, he was supposed to be paired up with you? If so, sorry, Bennett, but you really did miss it. He got paired up with a different instructor instead.
What? Weren't they short on instructors? Where'd they suddenly get extras from?
A few people from the Knights of Favonius stepped up in order to help support the event, so they ended up with more instructors than students.
Knights of Favonius? Yeah, they're definitely more reliable than me.
Right, right! just the situation when we last saw them. It might have changed by now. Who knows? Maybe a whole load more rookies will have turned up to join in. Besides, after all the trouble you've gone to show up as an instructor, Paimon's sure Cyrus will put you to work.
Really?
For sure. Hey, wait a second. Where'd Albedo go?
Albedo? You mean the alchemist?
No, he just happened to be on Dragonspine. We were just with him, but then... could he have gone... Let's go back to the cap...
Well met.
Still no sign of Albedo. This is weird.
This is great! Dragonspine's so fun today. There's so many people around. It's never usually like this.
This was where we heard Bennett's cry for help, right? We heard his voice and went straight over to rescue him. Then we noticed Albedo was gone. Huh. So he just didn't feel like helping us save Bennett?
Wait, what?
What are you talking about?
Oh, Albedo! Where the heck have you been? We've been looking for you!
I should be the one to ask you that. Didn't I tell you to stay at the cavern entrance?
Huh?
I'm not really following who was waiting for who and who was looking for who, but first things first. I apologize, Albedo. I don't fully understand.
No. Bennett, this is not because of you. You needn't blame yourself. Traveler, clear this up for me. What was the reason that you left the cavern entrance?
There you are. Stay right there. You have a lot of explaining to do.
What? Me?
Huh? Eula? Aren't you supposed to be helping the new guy?
Yes, that's what I would be doing. If I hadn't been interrupted by a certain someone's malicious scheming. Albedo, I saw you taking Joel towards the wasteland at the edge of Dragonspine. That place is crawling with monsters. What the devil do you think you were doing?
Whoa, wait a second. What's going on? Actually, wrong.
When I came to stop you from leading Joel any further, your first reaction was to throw the child down and attack me. When I fought back, you quickly fled. Care to explain?
I see. Interesting.
Interesting?
Eula, it sounds like you met an imposter. Someone who was impersonating me.
Impersonating you? To what end?
It is difficult to draw a definitive conclusion for now. But these strange incidents do seem to be connected.
Your alchemy notes were stolen. Can the Traveler and Paimon testify that the three of you were to—
Yes, we can confirm—
As things stand, I don't have any reason to harm the child. Whoever you met is likely to be both the thief who stole my notes, and also an imposter, of course. It's entirely natural for you to be skeptical of my story. I was separated from the Traveler and Paimon for a significant duration while we were pursuing the thief. My word alone cannot serve as a definitive account of my actions and whereabouts during that period, but the Traveler and Paimon can at least testify that I was not the individual who tore up the campsite or stole my notes.
Albedo, do you have any enemies? Could it be one of your enemies impersonating you to get revenge on you or something?
I don't have any enemies, and I'm not aware of having given anyone cause to exact vengeance upon me. There is insufficient evidence to assert what happened with any certainty at this point. Given how serious the situation is, I intend to investigate it myself, even if you decide not to pursue it any further. Eula, I won't discourage your ongoing suspicion of me if you can't believe my story. Though, naturally, I would hope you can afford me some credibility on account of our solidarity as fellow members of the Knights of Favonius. Traveler, Paimon, Bennett, if you are willing, I welcome you to monitor my activities beyond this point so that you can act as my witnesses. If I am what this imposter wants, he will come looking for me again eventually. Things can only become clearer from that point on.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, as preposterous as your claims sound. And I will choose to believe that an imposter went after Joel, and not you. I will keep Joel safe. If you need any support with the investigation, contact myself and Amber.
You have my gratitude.
As far as Amber goes, I will...
Eula! Eula! Where are you?
Amber, we're here!
Eula! Oh, and Traveler... Bennett, I'm glad I ran into you here. Cyrus was telling me you still hadn't shown up. He was getting worried you might have run into some trouble.
Yeah, I ran into a little trouble. Thanks for your concern.
Sure thing. Well, now that I found you, let's go check in with Cyrus. But before that, has something come up? How come you're all gathered here together? Need any help?
Between us, there have been a few minor incidents, but nothing I haven't already dealt with.
Oh, yeah. It's my fault, really. All because of my bad luck.
So, it's all set then? Great! Shall we head back down together? I did say I'd bring Bennett back if I saw him.
Sure, I'm ready.
Very well. Let's go.
And then there were 3.
Traveler, can we talk somewhere else? Let's go to... My camp is somewhere that we can talk openly, without reservation. But before that... Thank you. I've been absorbed in my research lately and haven't attended to the dusting. It's due for a cleaning.
Yep, that should do it. Neat and tidy.
Thank you, both of you. Now that everything is in order, it's time to talk.
You look really serious right now. Is this about what happened earlier?
I remember I once told you that you must have questions, and that I would answer them. I also said that, while I did not wish to deceive you, there were certain things I could not go into detail on. I am a synthetic human being. A human forged by human hand. The one who created me, my mother and teacher. Her name is Rhine-daughter, a researcher from Conria, also known as Gold.
A synthetic human? What the...
When the pinnacle of attainment in alchemy is combined with unimaginably vast learning...
When you say Conria...
I am indeed somewhat older than my appearance might suggest. But when I came into being, Conria had already been destroyed. I have no memories of it. My master raised me and taught me everything. Like her, I am a pure alchemist. I live for academic knowledge. Nationality and identity are not what ultimately define us. Traveler, what is your general feeling toward Dragonspine? You've visited numerous times now. Would you say it's a cold, eerie, and melancholy place? Rhine-daughter created 2 miraculous beings. One is me, and the other is the venomous dragon, Durin, who died here.
Durin? So that makes you guys... brothers?
As sons of Rhine-daughter, Durin and I are indeed inextricably linked to one another. The phenomenon of our creation defies definition within the scope of a typical human worldview. But if we may tentatively call it birth, then yes, we, by extension, are family.
Speaking of Durin, Paimon remembers that his power was quite... special.
That's right. Because of this, whenever strange things happen on Dragonspine, it always makes me wonder. For instance, the feeling of being watched that you described, as well as the sounds you heard, and the one impersonating me that Eula met.
Oh, right! Paimon knows what you mean. When Eula and the others were here just now, the Traveler gave me a look as if to say, don't say anything. Probably because it would only make you more suspicious. But Paimon noticed that you came out of the cavern not too long after going in. And you told us then we heard Bennett calling...
So, it seems that you met my imposter too.
Well, if so, it was a pretty good impression. He had you down to a T. We never would have guessed. Also, after he left us, why did he go after Joel?
Perhaps Durin's power drives people to madness. But that's merely crude conjecture. Whether someone is impersonating me or there is another false me out there, this is a cursed tale, and it is not one whose weight you should have to bear. Traveler, perhaps you should return to Mondstadt if you have no further business here.
Yeah, we're Dragonspine veterans by now. If there's something really bad going on, we can't just leave you here to deal with it on your own. That wouldn't be very nice now, would it? Besides, there's no one else in Mondstadt that you can talk to about this. Sucrose and Timaeus don't know your... secret. Yeah, don't push us away at a time.
Alright. Thank you. You were intending to participate in that winter camp, if I recall correctly. In that case, please join in the activities of the Adventurers Guild as planned. And be on the
We'll be sure to pass the info straight on to you.
Good. Then we're agreed.
Okay, let's split up to look for clues. Then meet back here at this camp in a few days' time.
Sounds good to me. But please, whatever happens, put your safety first at all times.
Time has come. Let's go meet Albedo.
Traveler, Paimon. Your faces say that perhaps you haven't turned up anything?
We investigated all over the mountain, actually. But we didn't see anyone that looked like you or here.
This is not unexpected. I haven't made much progress either. He appears to know that we are looking for him. Still, there is one thing I found. I discovered footprints on some parts of the mountain, and although they were a little covered by the snow, the footprints were quite numerous. So I believe my next step will be to rule out each of the adventurers active on Dragonspine, one by one.
We can help with that. We have plenty of contact with the adventurers. So now we... Ah!
It came from that direction.
Could it be the imposter? Yes. Shake just now?
That was most unfortunate.
What are you guys doing here?
I have to agree. We've been wandering this area for days.
We ran into Pallet earlier. You know, the, kind of a reckless sort of guy.
After that, he disappeared to rejoin the training camp.
Wait. Are you saying that after all this time, you still haven't made it back to the base camp?
Well, as you can see...
That was nothing, really. We just hit a few landslides and snowdrifts and took a few downhill tumbles. You know the deal.
They sound like unforgettable life events to me.
Anyway, you are correct. We haven't made it to the base camp yet. We have had extraordinarily poor luck over the last few days. Almost as if a sinister force has been trying to thwart our every move. Fortunately, I made advance arrangements for Gerald to remain in a safe location and conduct some basic physical training exercises.
I'm sorry. I'm the one to blame for all this. I've always had bad luck and it always rubs off on everyone around me. Sorry to create so much extra trouble for everyone. I don't know what to say. Maybe this is the awesome power of fate. The scary kind, I mean.
I agree.
Yep, we're just used to it now. Besides, it's not like we have the most amazing luck ourselves.
Really? I think you guys have way better luck than I do.
Well, what can we do about that? Oh, Paimon knows! How about Paimon share some of her luck with you?
You're welcome to a bit of mine, too. Although, if the last few days are anything to go by, it seems in pretty short supply at the moment.
You guys. Aw, thanks.
Yeah, you bet!
Let me flip a treasure hoarder insignia to test it out. Alright, it's tails. The opposite of what I guessed.
So you can predict your fortune this way? But why are you so happy that you got it wrong?
It has two sides, so there's a 50-50 chance of me getting it correct. Luck all comes down to probability, too. So as long as I use up all the bad luck, everything else will go smoothly. Guessing wrong when I flip an insignia is one way to use up some of the bad luck. So the probability of having some good luck...
Hey, he's making no sense at all. Why aren't you calling him out?
Guys, I guessed wrong in my insignia flip. Which means we should be able to make it back to camp.
Paimon's not sure that's how it works.
Let me try. It's this way, right? Oh! Ow! My butt! What is this shard of ice doing here?
What? How truly miraculous. This is a miracle of misfortune.
I don't usually believe in luck, but Bennett makes the best case for it I've ever seen. Amber, if you are ever required to partner with Bennett in your future work, and you encounter anything like this again,
Huh? Yes, of course. Now that you mention it, I do feel a little tired. Trekking in the mountains has a way of wearing you out.
Well, since everyone is tired, why not take a rest in my camp?
Paimon's so sleepy. A nice bowl of hot soup and a good sleep would sure be welcome.
Amber will fall asleep in the snow if we keep going much longer. Come on, let's move. We shall head to Albedo's camp and get some rest. take stock of our supply.
Here we are. Make yourselves comfortable. Oh, I forgot I don't have that many chairs. Please wait a moment.
What's he doing? Painting?
He is. He's painting a chair. Wait, alchemy can turn paintings into objects? How is this possible?
My paintings are like blueprints. Alchemy simply enables me to omit the manufacturing part of the process. It's an elementary level technique. With enough research and experimentation, this same technique can even be used to create living beings.
Whoa. Well, since you can magically produce chairs, can I have one with a backrest?
No problem. How many of you want backrests?
Me!
Me! I'll also take one with a backrest, if you please.
Can Paimon have a chair that comes with a juicer? Still beats squeezing onto a stool with you.
Cool, we have chairs now. This is so comfortable. Makes me want to stay the night here.
You're very welcome to stay overnight if you wish. There's still some time before dinner. Get some rest, everyone. I'll tend the stove.
Hey now, we can't be letting you do all the work. I can help. Please, put me to work.
Oh, pace yourself. Dinner could be a... It's almost ready now. Oh, pace yourself. This is my camp, but let's not get... I made a few dishes based on some popular Mondstadt recipes. This is no good hunter, but there should be enough to go around. Please, help yourselves.
Wow, smells great. Don't mind if I do.
Wait, don't steal all the fried vegetables. Leave some for me. Hey!
Paimon's full. What a great meal.
Albedo, you're too modest. These dishes are as good as anything you'd find in a top restaurant. Are all alchemists so good at cooking?
You may be onto something there.
Right? Paimon thinks so too. It's his lab manner that gives it away. The kind of guy who holds a potion bottle as steady as a rock isn't the kind of guy who's gonna be slapdash with his salt and pepper.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
I'm so sleepy after all that food.
Did Bennett fall asleep sitting up? He must be totally wiped out.
The way he's sleeping is so... alert. I'm impressed.
He seems to be in a deep sleep. Ooh, Paimon wonders if he sleep talks.
Oh, no, Dad, no.
Sticky honey roast. That's your favorite, isn't it, Amber?
Sure is. Give me a sticky honey roast from Good Hunter any day. I used to take Eula to Good Hunter a lot back when we first met. Before long, Sarah would start cooking our usual orders as soon as she saw us coming. She said we ordered the same things so often that it was practically muscle memory by that point. She also said that if everyone in Mondstadt ordered like we do, her job would be so much easier. All she'd have to do is memorize everyone's favorites.
Always eating together. Aww, it's nice that you two are so close. The Traveler and Paimon always eat together too. It's a sure sign of true friendship. him?
Two people simply sharing a meal says nothing either way about the relationship between them.
That depends if it's a one-off meal or a regular occurrence.
Aha! Paimon just noticed something. Whenever Eula doesn't want to admit to something, she raises her chin or puts her hands on her hips.
Ah, you've all picked up on that. Didn't know Eula's tells were so easy to spot.
We are done here, yes? I am free to go, am I not? Then please excuse me. I have a frozen lake I need to be at.
You're going for an ice bath at this time of night? Wait up! Don't go without me!
I thought you wanted to get some sleep. So maybe you should stay here and rest.
No, I should come with you. It's late, and it's dark, and you're not good with directions like I am. Come on, let's go together.
An ice bath? Whew. Rather them than Paimon.
Oh, hey, Dad. I'm doing all right. I'm the leader of my own adventure team now.
Wow. Okay, looks like we got some downtime.
Alright, you two. Time to paint. Have you decided what to paint?
Like you even need to ask. It's obviously going to be Paimon.
Sure. But we should move elsewhere. We're likely to disturb Bennett's sleep if we stay here, so let's go outside.
Okie dokie. All right, grab your easel, paper, brushes, and paints. Don't leave anything behind.
Let's paint here.
Allow Paimon to adopt an elegant pose for your artistic reference. Hey! What's that look for? Cut the attitude.
Confidence is a good thing. Those to whom it is endowed do well to flaunt it. I'm looking forward to the finished piece.
Alright, let's start with the head. Now, in your mind's eye, what is written on Paimon? Huh? Is that how Paimon really looks to you? Okay, forget it. We can come back to that. Let's move on to the body. Come on, paint what you see when you look at Paimon. Paimon's starting to feel like this is not going to turn out so great. Let me see. Let Paimon see. What is this? Why you... How could... Paimon is lost for words. The brushwork is smooth and the composition seems professional quality. You had no problems there. So what the heck happened with the face, huh? Explain that stupid expression! Explain it!
Smooth, professional quality.
And those eyes! Those boring, lifeless eyes! Where's the soul?
Traveler? Have you previously received any education in the fine arts?
Oh, really? So it's just a hobby then? Oh, well, that sure explains a lot. There's no way you would have made Paimon look like this if you'd had any amount of formal training.
Fascinating, Paimon. If this is not to your liking, I can make a few amendments. Alright then, Paimon. Is this better?
It's a total ground-up overhaul, that's what it is! It's so pretty! Is that really what Paimon looks like?
Adding flourish to the finished piece is an essential component of what makes art... art. This is not to say that you differ from the painting on a fundamental level, rather that the real you and the you in the painting present two different styles of beauty. You remain the core reference point for the painting. So, Paimon, you can put your misgivings aside and hang this painting wherever you like.
Wow! Thanks, Albedo.
Oh, I merely added a flourish here and there. You should be thanking the Traveler. In truth, ground-up overhaul is more or less an accurate description.
The more Paimon looks at it, the more she likes it. Great! Paimon has a portrait painting. Paimon's gonna show this off to everyone.
It's nothing. I can paint you next time, if you'd like. You can hang it in your home as a souvenir. I rarely entertain so many guests at my camp. It's lively. A little noisy, even. But I don't dislike it. Liveliness is a rare thing here on Dragonspine.
Ah, it's a new day. Let's go meet up with everyone.
Hey, good morning!
I slept great last night. How about you guys? All rested up?
I'm fine, as usual.
The path down the mountain is easier to follow in the daylight. Let's take this chance to head down to the base camp.
Let's go! If we make good time, maybe we can all get lunch together.
I flipped another insignia just outside the camp. Wrong again.
So your bad luck is all used up. We'll be down the mountain in no time.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Today's the day.
Huh? Oh no! Avalanche!
Look out!
Traveler, Paimon, are you all right? Are you hurt?
Paimon's...
Oh, that's good. My arm got a little scratched up, but it's nothing serious.
I'm okay, but I don't see the other two. I'm afraid the avalanche may have pushed them off the cliff.
They fell down? They'll be okay though, right?
I think they're both robust enough to survive the fall. But if the falling debris knocked them unconscious, and they're lying there in the freezing cold, we have to get down there and rescue them.
Okay, let's...
Hang in there, guys.
Is it my time?
Bennett!
Bennett, are you okay? Shout if you can hear me! Bennett!
A voice. Over there.
Bennett, is that you?
Guys, I'm over here.
Are you alright? Are you hurt?
Thank goodness. Scared the life...
If you're dizzy, sit...
It's fine, really. This kind of thing happens all the time. Wait, where's Albedo? Isn't he with you guys?
We thought he fell off the cliff with you. He still hasn't shown up?
We found Bennett here, so Albedo can't be far away. Keep searching this area.
Got it!
No response. Are
Well, any sign of him?
Not a trace. Nothing from me either.
Strange. We didn't have any luck either. Where could he have gone?
Everyone!
Albedo! Are you okay?
Nothing serious.
Okay, everyone accounted for.
Guys, I think it's gotta be because I guess flipping a treasure hoarder insignia isn't gonna change my luck after all. No wonder no one wants to go adventuring with me. I'm so sorry.
Don't say that. I'm hardly the lucky type myself, so I'm not about to go blaming every little thing that goes wrong on you.
Exactly. Besides, Dragonspine is a dangerous place. Avalanches literally come with the territory. Bad luck has nothing to do with it, okay? Traveler, what's wrong?
Your face looks... Oh no, did you get hit on the head? Here.
Everyone, the incident is behind us now. We should keep moving.
Why do I feel that Dragonspine has become more dangerous than it used to be? I hope it's just my imagination. Our top priority now is to get off the mountain and regroup with the adventurers. Whatever further dangers this mountain has to throw at us, we must face them together.
Agreed. Guys, keep your eyes peeled and watch your step. We've been heading in the right direction for a good length of time now. We must be getting close.
Victory is in sight! As soon as we get to base camp...
I hope we can all get there safely. No more incidents, please.
Hey, what's on your mind? You seem a little distracted. Something's up, isn't it? Are you hungry?
I don't think I've spent so much time on Dragonspine before. It sure is cold, but the view is amazing. Isn't it, Eula? Eula?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What did you say?
I was just thinking. Whenever I've met up with you at Dragonspine in the past, we always stick to the same few spots. It's much more vast and beautiful here than I realized. If it were a little warmer and a little safer, I bet this place would be bustling with visitors.
I agree. People are put off by the cold and have an aversion to danger. They don't realize that there's much to explore beneath the icy exterior, if you were willing to spend the time and energy. Albedo, is this the way down?
Yes.
I think there are several routes in this area. Does the path fork off here? It looks like it does. But maybe...
I'm kinda dizzy too. I keep thinking things are swaying a little.
Either path will work for us. The smaller trail is less worn and harder to see, but it's also shorter. Since everyone is weary, follow me.
Wait. Bennett and Amber don't look well. Can we take a break? We can continue once their conditions have improved.
Ugh. Now that you mention it...
Huh?
You hit your head earlier, didn't you?
Oh, you noticed. Are you sure it's worth holding everyone up over a little thing like this?
No problem at all! Health and safety always come first!
Okay. Sorry for this. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Drinking some water can help with the dizziness. Oh, and
thank you, Bennett. Seems like you really know your stuff.
Well, when life gives you lemons.
Bennett, weren't you feeling dizzy too? Stop pushing yourselves, both of you. Get some rest. We'll continue when you've gathered your energy.
Yula might come off as a little frosty, but she takes caring for her friends super seriously, more than anyone else I know. Every time I see that look on her face, I'm just like, ah, stop staring at me.
Traveler, I know what that look means. What's on your mind? Maybe seasoned veterans have an instinct for it. I sense it too. Something seems to have changed, but I can't confirm for sure. It could be difficult to verify. It might be imprudent to speculate out loud. Traveler, I think you...
It's not over yet. Brace yourselves. This'll be a challenge.
Stay back! I'm going to cut this weed down to size!
I'll protect us. Hi, 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 hi. Oh, yeah.
Shiver! Judgment! I summon thee!
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Ready, steady, go! Oh, let's dance. Hi.
By royal decree!
Mein Fräulein, should you fall,
Let the show begin. Hi, huh, oh, huh. Oh, huh. Hi, huh. Huh. Yeah. Let's dance. Oh. Go, Barbara, go! Go! Yeah. Oh. Hi.
Oz, reveal, Vice! You can't run! I see how it... Punishment!
I'll protect us.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
I summon thee!
La 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 la.
See? Time to go! Yeah! By royal decree! You can't run!
No rest for the wicked.
Shadow Raven, let night fall! Lights out. Judgment!
Let's dance. What in the world was that thing? One moment it was human, the next it was a plant.
Is everyone alright?
We're fine. But can you please tell us what's going on? I don't understand.
I take it this monster is whom I had the pleasure of meeting last time.
Correct. As you might have guessed, this is a mutated whopper flower. An extremely rare kind.
But can whopper flowers turn into humans?
Not typically. But conditions on Dragonspine are far from typical. Perhaps the dragon's blood seeped into the land, then was passed to the monsters via the ley lines, accelerating their rate of mutation.
How could that happen?
This mountain is home to the remains of Durin, the venomous dragon. If there is anywhere in the world one might expect life to do unfathomable things, it would most likely be here. Durin was an artificially created life form. Its existence is nothing short of a miracle, and proof of countless possibilities. In other words, this mountain we stand on is a cradle of life's profoundest mysteries. A vast and terrifying hotbed of possibilities.
The avalanche. It must have been the work of this imposter.
Agreed. All the other troubles you faced on the way down could also have been its handiwork. My guess is that it was targeting everyone that I've had contact with.
Right, I forgot all about that.
It's not inconceivable.
But what was its purpose? Was it just trying to get rid of us?
I have a preliminary hypothesis on this. Whopper flowers are masters of mimicry, and those we encounter in the wild often appear in the vicinity of the plants they impersonate. In other words, the whopper flower likely has an instinct to replicate and replace. As a plant, it will disguise itself as another plant and infiltrate the group, hiding among them for cover. The plant being imitated has no way to detect or fight back against this behavior. But when it disguises itself as a human...
It wanted to replace you and infiltrate our group?
Yes. Maybe it created the avalanche to get rid of us. I predicted this eventuality, so I availed myself of the avalanche to hide and lure it out. It was watching us the whole time. And when it saw that I had disappeared, its instinct was to take my place. At that point, its disguise was complete, and its next move was to hunt its prey.
Yes, that's exactly how whopper flowers operate.
So when it approached and attacked Joel, what was that? A trial run?
Perhaps. Or maybe it enjoyed posing as a human, and wanted to experience what it felt like to be human.
We're fortunate to have discovered it in time. I think the Traveler was the first person other than Albedo to notice something was wrong.
Traveler, how could you tell the real me and my imposter apart?
I want to know too. I had no idea the other guy was an imposter. They looked exactly the same to me.
I see. It goes to show how difficult it is to impersonate a human. This mutant whopper flower tried its best to replicate the original exactly, but still managed to miss some details.
Unbelievable. To think that Dragonspine creates such terrifying possibilities.
Anyway, at least we won in the end. It looks like my method did work after all. I used up all the bad luck, and the good luck finally came through.
About that. If you're referring to having fallen down the mountain and avoided injury, well, that's because I was secretly protecting you.
Huh? Well, that still counts as good luck to me.
Yes, that's not an unreasonable way of looking at it. Okay. We've been delayed long enough. Time to move on.
Yeah, let's go!
Woohoo! I'm back!
Cyrus doesn't seem to be here. He must have headed up the mountain. Let's wait for him here.
Amber, are you feeling better?
Yep, all good now. Nothing to worry about.
I don't know what I'd do without you guys. If not for you, I'd probably still be locked up in that cage. I really want to thank you all properly, but I can't think how at the moment.
Huh? You must be pretty used to being on the receiving end of people's kindness by now, though, surely. You probably need it often enough, given your... situation.
Come on, don't put it like that. Sure, plenty of people have shown me kindness before, but that doesn't mean I will ever take it for granted. No matter how many times people help me out in life, I will never forget any of them.
Well, instead of repaying those who helped you, perhaps you could help others yourself. Everyone meets others in need from time to time. By choosing to be there for them, you're passing the kindness you received onto others.
Yep, you're right. That's what I've always tried to do, and will always continue to do. Right. And when Cyrus gets back, I'll find some way to help him out too.
This has been quite an eventful day.
Yeah, it has. It's really hit me how tired I am now that I've started to relax.
I need to rest. Everyone, please excuse me for a while.
Yeah, I need to get some water and maybe a piece of fruit. Once I'm rested up, I need...
Well, it looks like the curse of the mountaineers who couldn't get off the mountain is finally broken. Feels like an action-packed chapter has come to a close. Shall we find somewhere to rest and chat too?
Why not? Then, please, come with me. You sensed something too, didn't you? Then let's go.
Huh? Are you going back to your camp again? Paimon thought maybe we could talk here. Okay. Might as well come with you.
Good. Shall we set off right away? Sorry for bringing you back here once again. Some topics are best discussed in private.
Is this about the imposter?
That's right. I have to say, Traveler, I'm very surprised you noticed the difference between me and the imposter. Yes. This mark. Perhaps it's where it all began.
Ooh, sounds like the beginning of a big story.
Well, I can't deny that what I'm about to say does sound like something from a children's storybook. So, what do you think this diamond-shaped mark means?
A tattoo.
No. Consider it a birthmark. Have you ever seen an intricate glass ornament and wondered how it was made? Well, one method for crafting with glass is a technique known as glass blowing. Glass blowing is not a widely known art in Teyvat. For this reason, glassware made in this way is usually very expensive. As the name implies, glass blowing involves blowing air into a hole. This type of glassware is known for having a pontil mark at the point where the blowpipe was inserted, where the hole was sealed at the very end. This mark is a sign that the item was crafted by a human hand.
Sounds kind of amazing.
It is a wondrous and beautiful art form. Alice says that these marks are seen as proof of the maker's fine handiwork, the only flaw in an otherwise perfect work of art. My mark is something similar to this. The difference between synthetic and natural life lies in the directional flow of the life force. The energy of a natural life form flows out from within. That's why flower buds bloom and curled leaves unfold. And it's the very reason we watch and wonder at blossoming flowers. Creating life artificially, on the other hand, involves, to a certain extent, the introduction of an external source of energy into the embryonic life form. When the hole where the life force was infused is sealed, the alchemical substance drips and spreads out in all directions, resulting in this rather ingenious diamond shape.
Wow! So that's where it came from.
This mark is a sign of my artificial origins, and proof of my imperfection as a human. I presume that the impostor intentionally avoided replicating this mark, so as not to become less than perfect himself. You are fundamentally different from other people. I have few qualms about sharing my secrets with you. Just as Paimon said, it all sounds like a story. Even if you were to tell anyone else, they would regard it as nothing more than a tall tale. The transcendent and miraculous are not the only things to which human beings aspire. They pursue the everyday, the ordinary, to a far greater extent than I would have ever imagined. People like to believe that those who are thoroughly different from themselves could only ever exist in stories. It makes things much easier. Or, in other words, all the unfathomable things we've seen recently would make good material for a novel. I have friends who write novels. If they wrote this story, it'd probably be even more complex.
Making up stories is easy. Even Paimon can do that.
Oh. I didn't know you had that kind of talent.
Paimon's the best guide into that. Making up stories is a piece of cake.
In that case, how about we have a storytelling contest? We can base our stories on the events of the last few days.
Sounds great! But we still have to help out the Adventurers Guild.
I understand. Creativity is something that cannot be rushed. Take your time, and come back when you have found some inspiration. We'll see whose story is more compelling.
Deal! Okay, we'll regroup with the Adventurers Guild for now.
Sure. My story. Yes, I should have known. Master's failed specimen in the dragon's belly. This is where the story truly begins. If we switched places, if you were the survivor, then as the abandoned experiment, the failure of the primordial human project, I'd want to replace you too. I would replicate your appearance, study your alchemy, and create miraculous life forms to divert your attention. I would wait for the right moment, then dispose of you and the Traveler, the sole person to have known your secret. And then, I could finally experience the joy of being brought into the world.
Guess what? Paimon's story is finished. Let's go see Albedo again.
Paradise. For I. And the Prinzessin der Verirrt. A wonderful sight indeed. Why, it reminds me of my homeworld, where at the sight of the Prinzessin der Verirrthalan, the very blood and tears of sinners turn to ice. Achoo! Achoo!
Not only their blood and tears, but also their saliva and mucus, main Fräulein.
Oz?
Albedo!
Traveler, Paimon. I suppose your story is ready.
Yep. How about you? Do you need some more time?
No need. I am also ready to tell my story.
Paimon calls dibs! Paimon first!
Please, go ahead.
Okay, here goes. Once upon a time, there was an evil researcher who went into the mountains and did a crazy experiment on whopper flowers to transform their appearance. After a lot of pain and suffering, the whopper flowers finally took on a human form. Then, they stood by the side of the mountain to wait for unsuspecting bypassers. To whoever spoke to them, they would ask some questions such as, "Who am I? Who are you?" If the bypasser got the wrong answer, the last sound they'd make would be a yelp before the whopper flower ate them alive in one bite.
Ooh, truly frightening.
What the? You two aren't scared at all! Don't go nitpicking, okay? If you didn't like the story, go write your own!
In other words, the Whopper flowers would ambush and then completely replace their victims.
And then what? Go back to where the person lives? Enter their home? Eat their whole family? Paimon made up this story, but now Paimon's the one who's scared by it.
It's a good story. May I write it down? I may bring it up in future conversations.
What for? Just to scare people with?
Yes.
You've got a real mean streak, Albedo.
Mine is a little longer than yours. It starts with an alchemist. A great alchemist once created Subject 1. Subject 1 was her proudest achievement, and successfully blended into human society. No one ever would have thought that this friend of theirs was in fact a synthetic human. However, unbeknownst to Subject 1, the alchemist had tried the same experiment many times before he had come into being. Some of the rejects from failed experiments had been discarded, but had not died. Subject 2 was one such failed experiment. He was swallowed by a great dragon that came to rest upon a snow-swept mountain. Many years later, he was resurrected by the dragon's mysterious power. He saw all kinds of people on the mountain, including Subject 1, who had somehow miraculously blended in among them. Never in Subject 2's wildest imagination had he thought it possible for experimental life forms such as they to deceive everyone so successfully. He saw the way humans accepted Subject 1 as a friend, witnessed their affection as they addressed him by name. This was what Subject 2 wanted. Now, all that Subject 2 desired was to replace Subject 1 and take the joy of his existence for himself.
This is giving Paimon the chills. So scary.
Subject 2 began to unfold his plan. He stole Subject 1's books and notes, and studied all that Subject 1 had learned from the alchemist. Subject 2 was highly intelligent, and he learned quickly. He changed his face into an exact replica of Subject 1's face. Then, he found a plant with mimicry capabilities, and transformed it using dragon blood and alchemy. And so, not only did Subject 2 transform his own appearance to perfectly match that of Subject 1, he also created a third entity, Subject 3.
What? There's 3 of them now?
But Subject 2 wanted to become a perfected human. So, he erased a mark on both his and Subject 3's necks. For these marks were symbols of imperfection. In my view, it was probably a subconscious act, an instinct. He so desperately craved to become a perfect human being that he forgot something. Human beings are defined by their flaws. Subject 2's plan was meticulously crafted. Subject 3 would draw Subject 1's attention. After Subject 1 disposed of Subject 3, he would assume the threat had now disappeared and would let his guard down. The next moment that Subject 1 was alone, Subject 2 would make his move. He would eliminate Subject 1 and become the only one remaining. He would secretly replace the Subject 1 of everyone's memories and inherit his identity, residence, clothing, sword, name, and friends. People would have no idea that the individual they knew had become somebody else from one day to the next.
This is way too scary.
But just before Subject 2 could carry out his plan, a unique stranger entered the mix. Subject 2 tried to make contact with this person, but found that they could somehow sense he was different from Subject 1. What's wrong? Are you scared?
What happened then? What happened to the stranger?
He became a new stage in Subject 2's plan. One more person that Subject 2 had to dispose of. It's as if there were 3 identical roses in a garden. Only one of the 3 was a fine specimen, while the other 2 were defective specimens that bore poisonous thorns. In all the world, Only the gardener who tended to them could tell which was the good specimen. People do not like poisonous plants. Only a perfect rose can fetch a high price. If the inferior specimens wanted to conceal the fact of their worthlessness, they would have to take the gardener out of the picture, using their poisonous thorns. This is exactly what Subject 2 was thinking. So, he hid in the shadows and waited patiently. Maybe soon, he would get his chance to become truly human.
That was intense! So what happened after that? Did Subject 2's plan succeed? Paimon can't bear thinking about it!
Fortunately, Meta is just a story. And even in this story, Subject 2 did not succeed. But you can never let your guard down on Dragonspine. Monsters mutated with Durin's power and blood are also creatures of Rhine-Daughter, just like me. You must beware of all such creatures. I'm glad to hear that. It's okay. I know what I am. You and I are both different, so there is no need for me to hide the truth from you. The only thing is that sometimes, when I think about how mighty the power of alchemy is, I feel so small. As beings who set foot in this world, how arrogant are we in desiring to control our destiny, and in desiring to create? Is creation an arrogant act, Traveler? If not, why do we call the ones that created us and control us gods? If it is, then what qualifies us to call ourselves creators? How far must we take our reverence and respect, and what purpose does it serve? Nothing special, but whenever I think about it, I feel a twinge of grief.
Poor Albedo.
Hello? Traveler, are you here?
Hey, is that Amber?
Thought we might find you here.
We're here to deliver a message from Cyrus. There's gonna be a big event down at the base camp, and they want you there too, Traveler.
Winter camp is nearing its end. Apparently, even provisional instructors are required to attend.
Looks like we need to go, Albedo. Bye for now.
Then I won't keep you. I have some things to attend to here, so forgive me for not seeing you down.
Don't worry about it. There have been no issues getting up and down the mountain recently.
Is everyone ready? Let's not keep them waiting.
Allow me to introduce Yozerf. He's Joel's father.
Dad, this is that traveler I was telling you about. The traveler's helped me out loads in the past, and this time we even built a snowman together.
Joel has told me everything about you. I can't thank you enough.
Wow! Wait a second. Why is Cyrus discreetly wiping tears away? And what is Pallid doing here?
Pallid is the hero of the hour this time. Go on, Pallid.
Okay. The weather was fine on that fateful day, and I had a feeling that Lady Luck was smiling down on me. So I trusted my gut and set off to explore somewhere new, somewhere dangerous. Because where there is great danger, there is also great treasure.
Why does this sound so hard to believe?
But I had only been away from the group for a short while when I fell down a slope and just started rolling.
Uh-oh. Did my bad luck rub off on him when we ran into each other on the mountain?
The place I fell to was somewhere I didn't recognize, and I'd sustained a few injuries. I remember thinking to myself, this is the worst luck I've ever had in my whole life. Then I met Yoserv. He'd heard the sound of me falling and came out to see what was going on.
Huh? Wow! So it was completely by chance then!
I thought he must have been someone from the Adventurers Guild here for the event, but after a few words of conversation, it was clear that he was having memory problems. He didn't even know his own name. The temperature was freezing, and there was no time to deal with all that there and then, so I convinced him to come back to the camp with me and figure everything else out after we got there. We got back to the camp, ran into Joel, and the moment he saw him, he froze for a second with this complete...
My memory has still not fully recovered, but Joel and his mother, they are the only ones that I will not, no, that I cannot forget.
Daddy.
Daddy's right here, Joel. Daddy's right here.
Yoserf, don't you remember anything else at all? The poor princess? Feeding the foxes?
I'm sorry. I have no recollection. Maybe it's because of the head trauma. I'm not... I woke up and found myself covered in blood. My things were gone, and there was nothing to indicate who I was or how I got there. I crawled into a cave and settled in for a slow recovery. After my legs and feet were a little better, my hunting skills were what kept me alive.
Dad, I was so worried about...
I'm all right now, Joel. Oh, don't...
Oh, this is good. This is good.
You know what, though? I definitely think my luck got worse after running into Benin on that mountain.
I knew it. I just...
No. I just meant if it weren't for you, there's no way I ever would have run into Yoserv on a mountain this huge. Besides, we got back safely, didn't we? So don't blame yourself. Maybe sometimes miracles can only happen when you get just unlucky enough.
Ballad. When did you become such a smooth talker, huh?
Huh? Am I? I was just telling the truth.
Oh, yeah. I want to say thank you to the Traveler, Uncle Cyrus, Auntie Eula, and Auntie Amber. Thanks, everyone. You all helped look after me, and I will always remember it. But I guess I can't take the snowman with me, or it'll melt once it leaves Dragonspine. It's such a shame.
Oh, I can help with that. One moment.
Huh? Eula?
Here, take this. It's powdered rime. Just add it to your snowman, and it will never melt.
Wow! Really? Oh, this is awesome! You're the best, Auntie Eula! Dad, I have an unmeltable snowman now! How cool is that?
How can I ever repay you all? Thank you all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Dad, I want to go move the snowman. Can we do it now, please?
Okay. I'll be leaving with Joel now. I'm sure I'll see you all another day.
Very well, very well. It's time for Pallid and I to have another discussion concerning his breaches of adventurer discipline.
Huh? But Cyrus, I think I kind of made up for my mistakes this time, you know?
Oh, I made this for you and Amber. Think of it as a winter souvenir.
Are you sure? This must be really important to you.
Come on now, just take it. No need to make such a fuss.
Wow! Now our snowman won't melt either! Great!
You're welcome. Just keep it. That's all I ask. Amber and I have some business to attend to now. See you later.
Everyone's gone. Seems like they've all got their own stuff to do now. Oh! You know what? We've been on Dragonspine all this time, and somehow Paimon still forgot to ask Albedo about how to make a fruit juicifier machine that could keep the juice fresh. Maybe we should try Timaeus again. He does seem pretty eager to please after all.
Traveler and Paimon. What can I do for you? Wait a minute. You've got that mischievous look on your face. Oh, you're not still thinking about that ridiculous juicer thing, are you?
Timaeus, will you help us?
Well, if the Traveler isn't really interested, then, yeah, maybe I'll give this one a pass. It's just the weirdest request ever.
No, but Paimon's Sunsetias are gonna go to waste without it.
And the time it would take me to research something like that, I could probably pick those Sunsetias again 10 times over.
New research project, Timaeus? We meet again.
Oh, Albedo, thank goodness. So the situation is, Paimon wants a machine that can turn fruit into juice and keep the juice fresh. I mean, surely it's...
Majorly important, that's what it is. If you can manage to invent this, we'll never have to worry about fruit going bad ever again.
That's impossible.
Turning fruit into juice is not hard, but keeping it fresh is more difficult. But if you simply want to keep the fruit from rotting, there are many ways to achieve this. Right, Traveler?
What about his neck?
What's wrong? Is there some... From the look on your face, it's as if you thought I just played a practical joke on you that was in exceedingly poor taste.
Albedo, you were saying, how do you stop fruit from going bad?
Well, one way would be to bury your fruit on Dragonspine, where the snow never melts all year round.
But then Paimon won't be able to eat them!
You could always live on Dragonspine.
No, too cold for Paimon.
Or you can give the fruit to me, and I would take it to Dragonspine for you. But since you don't like the cold, you'd have to send someone else to pick them up when you want them. This is where you come in, Traveler.
Suddenly sounds a lot more feasible with other people doing all the work. Okay then, shall we go with that idea?
Fruit buried on Dragonspine will stay fresh for much longer. However, it is also possible that the fruit will sprout and grow into fruit trees. Who knows? Maybe the next time you visit, it will have grown into an orchard. You can water the trees, add fertilizer, and when they finally bear fruit, you will have some fresh Sunsetias.
No way! Then Paimon will have to be a gardener! That's not the goal here.
Oh? Well, I don't think being a gardener is so bad.
Albedo! Stop trying to get your hands on Paimon's super sweet Sunsetias!
It bothers you, does it?
Of course it bothers Paimon! They are the rarest, super-duper sweetest Sunsetias ever! And they're not for you!
Okay, but they're just Sunsetias. I think you're only so attached to them because you don't have much fruit of this quality in your possession. When someone's pockets are full and their spirit is fulfilled, they don't easily fall prey to this kind of yearning.